Hello. Guys, can you all see me and hear me? Guys, can you all see me and hear me? Can you all use the chat box and let me know whether am I visible enough and audible enough? Right. So a very, very good morning to all of you guys. And today, guys, we'll be focusing on the 2023 paper, right? Now, if you take the 2023, 24, 25, these are the latest papers, guys, which is going to create a trend in your 2026 paper, if I am not wrong, right? If I am not wrong, right? Based on these three papers, I feel your 26 paper will be set, right? I'm not saying it's 100% true, but that's a prediction I can make, right? Because these three papers, including the 2022 paper, right, that is where the practicality came in, right? Something called practicality came in with the 2022 paper. That means the examiner was basically testing the students in a practical manner more, right, from 2022, right? But now I took 3 years of papers, the last 3 years of papers, and in these 3 years of papers, guys, right, I feel like there has been a common trend. There has been a common trend. And you would see most of the questions we do here have been repeated exactly in the past papers, right? So with by you doing these three papers and properly listening to me, I know that in these 3 days again we can recap the key important areas of the syllabus, right? The key important areas of the syllabus, we can recap it again once more, right? So without further talking, let's just get into the content, right? So A level 2023, first of all, let's go with paper number 1, right? A level 2023. Now, do you all have the past paper? Guys online, do you all have the past paper? Teenad? Or do you want me to send it in the group? Guys, do you all want me to send it in the group? I'll just put it in the group also, guys. Nathang, I do want to spam all the groups. I'll just put it into one group. Right. Right. I have sent it in the group also, right? So that you all get a great idea about this, right? So now, guys, if you all really want to learn, only stay in the session. Natham palayang, metaning itsaray mangkiyanne, right? All of you, that big crowd online, right? The lazy buggers who are lazy to come physically, come online, right? I know it, I understand that you all don't want to waste time traveling these days also, right? And it's okay, totally fine, right? Being online is totally fine, right? Can you all hear me clearly, guys? Am I clear enough? Guys, is the voice clear enough? Or is it low? Clear enough, the low, a bit low. Guys, is it low? It can't be low. I'll just try the other mic then. Guys, now let me know whether is it low. Let me know. Hello? Guys, is it low? No, it's fine. Okay. I think the mic had no charge. Right? Okay, sorry. I think I used the wrong mic and it had no charge. Okay. So I have sent you the paper in the group also. Right? So nowadays, guys, don't waste time. You have only exactly 19 days remaining, 19 to 18 days remaining. Right? 19 to 18 days remaining. So you should not waste any time. Right? We will get it done. Okay. So push, 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 pull, push, push, right? Okay. So you all have the paper? 23 paper. You have or not? Who doesn't have the paper? Okay, I'll get it printed for you. Right? Guys, all 70s of you online, right? Please make sure that you have the paper with you, right? Right? I have sent the PDF in the group. Meanwhile, just use the PDF until you get it printed. Right? Okay. Now, this paper, guys, if you take it, it's easy. It's not that hard, right? It's not that really hard, guys. You can get it done, right? So, එච්චරම මැරෙන්න තියෙන අමාරුවක් නැහැ මේකේ. හරි? මැරෙන අමාරුවක් නැහැ මේකේ. paper 2 you have a really good learning, right? But most of the questions are repeated again and again, right? So we will see. Okay. So right now I'm in accounting, please. Right. Okay. So now, without further talk, let's go into paper 1. Question number 1. What's your name? I have not seen your name. Ismail. You have studied under me? Online. But is it this? Okay. Right? Okay. Right? So question number 1. Following are some examples of needs and wants. Now see, this is the easiest question you all can ever get. Right? Easiest question you all can ever get is what needs and wants. Now if you all get this wrong, guys, you are really stupid. To be honest, you're stupid. Right? Now when you take needs and wants, guys, right? So needs are considered as all the essential factors required for living, no? Essential factors required for living. Now, can you tell me the characteristics of needs? Characteristics. Number 1, yes, it is common to all. Then it is limited. What else? It's simple, yes, it's simple and cannot be created by a business. Right? So these are the simple characteristics of a need. While wants, guys, in the other hand, if you take wants, right? Now, when you take wants, guys, these are the various ways of fulfilling needs. The various ways of fulfilling needs are known as wants. Right? This is the first thing you all learn in A-level business studies when you start, right? This is the first thing you all learn this in O-levels also, right? Now this is, guys, remember this varies person to person. This is unlimited, right? And basically it can be created by a businessman, right? So giving you a small recap, guys, in case you do not know, right, what is the difference between a need and a want. Right? So guys, you all know the differences between needs and wants. Guys online, all 83 of you. Guys online, do you all know the differences? Guys, go on soon, on and on and on and on. Right. So now when you're reading an MCQ, guys, don't go into the options at once. Right? Because if you go into the options at once, you will come to the requirement and go back to the options again. You're wasting time. So first of all, read the requirement. From the above, what is the option that contains only wants? Option that only contains wants. Right? Now you need to read your requirements very clearly, guys, because right, reading it is very, very important and crucial. Right? Health, is it a need or want? Is it essential or is it, let's say, something not essential? What is it? Is health essential or not? It is definitely essential. So is it a need or a want? It's a need. Clothing? Need. Shelter? Need. Laptop? Can you live without a laptop? Yes, no? You can live without a laptop. Mobile phone? Can you live without a mobile phone? Today it's considered as a need, right? Even though, right, mobile phone is a want, today it is considered as a need. Because people, you know, ඇඟේ කෑල්ලක් වගේ phone එක. Phone එක නැත්තම් පොඩක් panic වෙනවා මිනිස්සු. Right? So that is a want, right? Your syllabus wise, it's a want. Soft drinks. Food or thirst is the main need. Under that only soft drinks are coming. So that's a want. Storybooks, again want. Food, need. So D, E, F, G. D, E, F, G is the answer. Fifth one. See, very simple question, no guys. It's a very simple question. Now, if you lose this 1 mark, guys, aparade. Right? It's a 1 mark, no? Right? Aparade, no? So get the differences between needs and wants. Right? See, in your A-level business studies syllabus, unit number 1, chapter number 1, introduction to business, first thing under concepts you learn is needs and wants. Even before you learn what is a business, you learn about needs and wants. Right? Number 2, from the following, select the option that correctly states the attributes of a service. Right? Now, when you take a service, guys, remember this is basically an intangible form of a product. Right? It's a product, but an intangible form. There are certain characteristics of a service. Number 1, it is intangible, which means you cannot touch and feel the service. Right? Service එකක් අල්ලන්න බැහැනේ. Now you go to a doctor, can you touch and feel the doctor? If you do that, you will be behind bars. Right? He will feel abused. Right? So basically, now this paper, is it a good or a service? It's a good. Can you touch it? You can feel it. Right? A good is something tangible, but service is intangible. This has basically a physical presence. Right? A physical presence. Okay? Physical presence at Tino. Right? Secondly, guys, the services are, right? Services are perishable. Right? Perishable means, guys, you cannot store a service. Right? You cannot store a service for the future. Right? Now, guys, a doctor's treatment, can you store it and use it for a future? No, you can't. Let's say your left arm is hurting. Now you go to a doctor, it might be, let's say, your muscle pain. But again, 1 month after your left arm is hurting, you're taking some medicine for a muscle pain, but actually it's a heart attack. You can't store a service for the future. You have to use it at that time itself. Thirdly, guys, inseparable. Inseparable kiyanne lamai. Now you see, guys, I am producing the service, you are consuming the service. Production, consumption, both are happening on the same time. Inseparable means, guys, production and consumption, right, happens simultaneously. Right? Simultaneously. Right? Now, for an example, a good can be produced at one point and it can be basically what? It can be consumed at a different point. But a service, I am producing that service, you all are consuming that service. Not actually true, guys, 100%. Right? Not 100% true. If you all are watching the recording, it's being stored. But your service says it's inseparable. Right? And guys, next one is variability. Right? Each and every service is unique to another. Each and every service is unique to another. Right? For an example, the way I am teaching you this 2023 paper and the way I will be teaching the 2027, the 2023 paper, it will be absolutely different. Right? It's going to be different. Right? So you can't exactly replicate a service. Right? A service cannot be exactly replicated, guys. There will be differences. Right? Okay, so these are the 4 characteristics of a service. Again, unit number 1. Right? So now they're asking you guys, from the following, select the option that correctly states an attribute or a characteristic of a service. Now you all need to know a little English also, guys, when you are basically answering the questions, guys. Chuttak English udanan inno all the notes in one book. Right? So attribute means a character. Right? So from here, guys, what is the character? Is a service tangible? Is a service tangible? Not really. Is a service transferable? Can you transfer service to another person? No, good I can transfer. Service you cannot transfer. Right? Returnable. Now I'm teaching you, can you return it back to me? A doctor is giving you a treatment. Can you return it back? නෑ මට එපා. ඔය තියාගන්න කියලා එන්න පුළුවන්ද? බැහැනේ. Right. Then guys, inseparable, that is the answer. Right? Inseparable is the answer. Right? Where guys, a service, in a service, production and consumption should happen at the same time. Right? You can't separate production and consumption. No. Inseparable doesn't mean you're taking the skill out. Inseparable means, guys, production and consumption can't happen at two different times. Both of them should happen at the same time. See, I'm producing the service, you're consuming the service. Right? You go to a doctor, he is giving you the treatment, you're receiving the treatment. You're going to a lawyer, he's giving you the law, you're receiving it. Right? You can't store it for the future. Right? So correct answer is going to be inseparable, and it is not imperishable, it is perishable where you cannot store it. Right? So guys, is that clear? Question number 2. Clear? Any doubts? Any confusions? Guys, if you all have any doubts, confusions, let me know, guys. Is it clear, guys, online, all of you, 81 of you? Right. Okay. Now, guys, question number 3. Right. From service sector in the GDP is represented through. Now, when you take gross domestic product, guys, remember gross domestic product. GDP means gross domestic product, right? Gross domestic product means it's the value of goods and services produced, right, in an economy for a particular year. Right, for a particular year, right? So basically, guys, the value of all the goods and services produced in a particular country or economy at a particular time period, usually 1 year, is only known as GDP. In Sri Lanka, I'm assuming the GDP is at about $90 billion, right? We are producing 90 billion worth of goods and services in the country. Harida? So now you need to know these certain facts. Right, what I will do is, closer to your exam, Arshad sir will have his current stat document. I will send it to you all. Right, I will take it from an economics teacher and send it to you all, guys, because you need to know. Sometimes, you know, randomly they can ask you what is the GDP of the country in B. Yes, right, they may ask you, may not ask you, but just know it. Okay, so service sector in the GDP is represented to. Remember, services come under, it's not public, it's not private, it's not primary, secondary, it comes under tertiary. Remember, services is something which is coming under the tertiary sector. Right? I will send it. I can send it to you. Right? So the service sector is coming under the tertiary. So even your GDP can be divided into 3, saying primary, secondary, tertiary. Right? And all the services comes under tertiary. Hari, that's a very simple thing. We learned that under the classifications of businesses, right? Under nature of production, you have primary, secondary, tertiary, right? So remember that. Okay. Now question number 4, right? Following are some issues prevalent in the world. Some issues of the world is here. From the above, what is the option that includes socio-economic issues? Now, socio-economic kya lamai? Social and economical, right? Social and economical issues, right? Now we will see what are the social and economical issues, right, which are present in an what? Business, right? In a country, right? Deforestation, is it a social or economical issue? No. Deforestation is an environmental issue, right? Obesity, what do you mean by obesity? Huh? What do you mean by obesity? People are overweight, right? People are overweight, right? That means they are extremely fat, right? In a country, if all the people are overweight, it's very bad, right? That means you're not having a healthy country, right? So B is basically a social issue. So that's one answer, right? Income inequality, right? It's an environmental issue. Now, it's an economical issue, right? Income inequality kiyanne lamai, there is no, when you take an economy, we learned this in unit number 3 also, right? When you take an economy, the income of the country should be distributed equally, right? Now, let's say we'll take the GDP, right? Our GDP per capita income, we call it per capita income, right? Take our whole GDP and divide it by the population, we call it per capita income. It's at about $3,000 or something. That means a Sri Lankan in average earns $3,000 per year, right? There is the extremely rich and there is the extremely poor also, right? Extremely rich and the extremely poor also. Do they have the same level of income? No. Then tell me, guys, is income equally distributed in the country? No. So income inequality is very bad. One example I can give you is Mukesh Ambani, right? He is worth 123 billion rupees, dollars, 123 billion dollars, right? He has this house called Antilia, a $2 billion worth house, right? Which is in Mumbai. And you know what is around the Antilia, guys? The world's biggest slum. The world's biggest slum in the world is behind Antilia, Dharavi, right? The Dharavi slum in Mumbai, right? See, the person living here, Mukesh Ambani, right? And the people living in this slum, do they have the same level of income? He's also breathing, yeah, he's also breathing, yeah. He's also eating food, he's also eating food. He's also sleeping in a bed, he's also sleeping. But they don't have the same level of income. In a country, when income is not equally distributed, it's a very, very bad thing. Because the rich gets richer, the poor gets poorer. That happened during COVID also. During COVID, did the rich get poor? No, the poor only got more poor. Right? So it's an economical issue. Right? D, air pollution. Air pollution, guys, again, it's an environmental issue, no? It's not a social or economical issue, right? So, no. This is no, this is no, right? Brain drain. What do you mean by brain drain? Huh? What do you mean by brain drain? Now, I have one of my friends, guys, who's a chef, right? He's a world-class chef, right? He can work in Sri Lanka, but he doesn't get paid well enough in Sri Lanka. So, what did he do? He migrated to Qatar, right? Today, he works for Qatar Airlines. How many of my friends have been migrating outside? They live in the country, right? Skill is flowing out of the country, right? Skill is flowing out of the country. When skill is flowing out of the country, guys, it's really not good, right? It's really not good because basically the innovations that can take place in the country is reducing, right? Today, you see, guys, Indians in the US are dominating, no? Right? The Microsoft CEO is an Indian, right? Then you take Google CEO is an Indian, right? So majority of these companies, right, have basically Indians, right? These multinational companies have Indians and CEOs. And very big problem Asian countries face is a brain drain, where skill is leaving the country. That is an economic problem. Why, guys? If the skillful people leave the country, right? If skillful people leave the country, the economy will not be able to develop, right? So that is an economic problem, right? So that's an answer, right? Loss of biodiversity. Again, that is environment, no guys, biodiversity, ek part simple ne guys, right? Unemployment. Is it economic? People don't have jobs. Economic the. Economic, social, both. Right? So yes. Right? Soil erosion. What do you mean by soil erosion? I also don't know what is soil erosion, something happening with soil. But I know that is something known as an environmental problem. Right? So it's very simple to identify social and economical problems, guys. So, right, B, C, right, B, C, right, E, G. This is the answer. B, C, E, G. Answer is the second one. Fourth one, answer is the second one. Right? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Clear? Y'all, guys online, y'all are clear, right? So what do you mean by obesity? So isn't obesity a demographic factor, right? You can take it as a, yeah, demography comes under social. Demography comes under social. Brain drain kiyane lamai. Smart people leaving the country, migrating, right? Fatima, the skill in the country is leaving, right? Skill in the country is leaving and migrating to another country. Let's say one day you study in Sri Lanka and you leave the country to another country to work. There is a brain drain, right? That is a brain drain, right? So guys, is this clear? All of you tell me, guys, all 86 of y'all, can you let me know? Is this clear? Right? දැන් මෙතන online මේ ගාන තිබ්බට යන්න යන්න මුන්ට කම්මැලි වෙනවා. Right? මුන්ට කම්මැලි වෙලා මුන්ට එහෙනම් that's why they really don't have a focus. Problem in online classes is, guys, many people don't have focus. Right? අර focus එක නැති හින්දා ළමයි they start scrolling TikTok and all of these. Right? So guys, if you really want to learn, only stay here, okay? If you have an idea of leaving in Bittle, right, you can leave, right? Because I'm going to cover a lot of areas in here, guys, today, right? It's going to recap very important areas, okay? I know, even though I told 3 o'clock, until I finish discussing all of these, I am not going to go. And I've made a nice answer scheme also, guys, right? My answer scheme for the paper 2, I will give it to you all when I start the paper 2, my answer scheme, right? Mama hadapu answer scheme ekak. All the questions and answers are there, right? So, right? So make it properly mama লীලා තියෙන්නේ ළමයි, right? All of these I have nicely put it in, right? Where you all can even learn, right? මේ අවුරුදු 3ටම මේව දෙනවා මම, right? අවුරුදු 3කටම මෙහෙම දෙනවා මම, right? So you will have a beautiful answer scheme also, guys, right? So we also want the answer scheme, then come physical, right? No, I'm joking. I will send it to you all, right? I will send it to you all. Right? Okay. Then, guys, question number 5. Right? Select the option which does not indicate an objective of Consumer Affairs Authority in Sri Lanka. Right? Act number 9 of 2003. Right? According to the Consumer Affairs Authority, there is something called functions and objectives. Right? Now, they are asking you what is not an objective. What is not an objective? Protecting consumers against the marketing of hazardous goods. That means marketing of harmless goods, harmful goods, right? You're protecting customers from harmful goods, right? It is an objective, right? They have a goal of protecting the customers from, right, harmful goods being marketed in the economy, or let's say in the country, right? Protecting consumers against unfair trade practices. They will always want to protect customers from unfair trade practices. That means any bad things happening to customers from businesses, you want to protect. That is again an objective. Ensuring wide availability of goods and services for consumers. Is it an objective? What is it? Huh? It is an objective? No, it's a function, right? It's more of a function where, right, you are basically making sure customers have enough of goods and services in the country. It's a function. So option is third one. So you all should know, guys, it's a pure theory question, guys. You all should know the functions and, right, you all should know the functions and objectives. Redressing consumers against unfair trade practices. What do you mean by redress? Right? Redressing can be compensating. You are compensating customers, right, against unfair trade practices. If a business has basically done something unfair for you, right, you can go and tell the consumer authority, "Meya naughty wadak kara, uncle, meya mata naughty wadak kara, mata compensation yak karan denne kiyala." They will give you, right? They will put you to consumer court and you can get it. Offering an access to consumer to obtain goods and services at a competitive price. That is another objective. Making sure that, right, customers obtain goods and services at a competitive price. So again, answer is 3 because third one is only a function, right? Third one, is only a function, right? Third one 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 is only a function, right? Up to now, guys, these 5 questions, is it clear? Guys, now it's a hardcore theory question, the fifth one, guys. You all need to know the theory to understand that. Right? Make a theory ki igana know ne. Right? Guys, 1 to 5, is it clear? All of you? 1 to 5, is it clear? Right. Guys, when you're sending a message, send it to everyone. Send it to everyone. Right? Okay. Right. Question number 6. Right? Question number 6. The following table shows some stakeholders and their involvement in business. What is the option that correctly matches the involvement according to the orders of stakeholders given above? Now we will see the involvement, we will match it to the stakeholder. It's very easy, no guys. Involvement take a match karne ka lazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will match the involvement to the stakeholder. Right? Selecting a board of directors. Who do you think selects a board of directors, guys? Remember, shareholders are the ones, guys, who basically they own the company. When you come to a public limited company, guys, listen to me very carefully, very important. It's not there in your syllabus. This is not there in your syllabus, right? Shareholders are the ones who basically own a company, but they don't want to run it. This is especially seen in a public limited company, a listed company who is selling their shares to the public. Even though shareholders own the company, shareholders appoint someone called a board of directors. They appoint someone called a board of directors to basically run and manage the company. Right? We call it separation of ownership and control. We call this separation of ownership and control. And remember, board of directors are someone appointed by the shareholders. Right? Shareholders are the ones who's appointing it. So selecting board of directors is going to be shareholders 1. Right? Formulating strategies. Right? Now, formulating strategies, kiyanne lamai, they are the ones who are going to a strategy. Now, what do you mean by a goal? Okay, now goal is where you want to go. Right? Goal is your aim. Right? Your long-term achievable. Right? So, what you need to do to achieve the goal, the path you need to take, to achieve that goal. Now, let's say you have a goal to go to Kandy. What path, what road you are going to take to reach that Kandy? That is known as a strategy, right? Strategy. This is what you call a strategy, right? Now, when you take a strategy, guys, right? Strategies are basically set by the, right? Strategies are basically set by the right? Strategies are basically set by the board of directors, right? The people running the company. But managers are the ones who are going to formulate and implement it, right? So remember, all these strategies are formulated by the managers, right? B. Right? So you all should understand the difference between a goal and a strategy also. Goal is your aim. Strategy is how you are going to achieve it, right? Goal is your aim. Strategy is how you are going to achieve it. Who wants one? You all have? Both of you all have? Who else wants a paper? Okay. Right? No, no, strategy is not an objective, not vision, mission. Guys, don't have this confusion. Strategy is not vision, mission, not an objective. Goal is your aim. Now, let's imagine you want to go to Kandy. Your goal is Kandy. What are you going to do to get to Kandy? What is the route you are going to take to go to Kandy? Par, right? Or a par, right? The road, that is a strategy. What are you going to do to basically get to your goal, right? So it's not somewhat similar to an objective, but sometimes they call it an objective also, but not really, right? Not really, right? So then engaging in operational activities. Operational කියන්නේ technical වැඩ කරනවා. කවුද ඒ technical වැඩ කරන්නේ ළමයි? Who does the technical work? Who does the technical work? The employees, right? Employees. So C is at 5. C is at 5. Right? Negotiating trade conditions. Who negotiates trade conditions, guys? Huh? ඒ කියන්නේ to buy and sell, negotiating conditions. Okay, I will pay you in these days. I will pay you in these days. Right? So that is going to be more of supplier, guys. Right? Supplier is 3. Right? Responding to product quality. Who responds to product quality, guys? Who wants product quality the most? Customers. So the answer is, right, customers. Answer is E. Now sometimes, guys, even consumers, customers, they negotiate to trade conditions, right? When you are buying on credit, you can put it to customers also. But what happens is when you see the next one, quality, product quality, final product in quality, that comes to customers, no? So you can use negotiating trade conditions under suppliers, right? So it's going to be AEDBC, AEDBC, second one, right? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Right. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, next one, question number 7. I have a very important learning to give you all. Some people had this doubt. They asked me also, right? They asked me this doubt also. Listen to me. It's more of an economics area, right? It's more of an economics area, right? Listen to me very carefully, guys, right? I will teach you this. Right? I will teach you this, right? Now, when you take, guys, right, the following diagram, right, the following diagram, right, you have purchasing power here, inflation, right? You have high, low, high. Now, it's been broken down into 4. A, B, C, D, right? A, B, C, D, right? Now, it says, guys, what is the letter that correctly depicts the link between purchasing power and inflation for a convenient good, right? For a convenient good. Right? For a convenience good. Now, what do you mean by a convenience good, guys? These are goods you buy on a regular basis, right? And you basically, guys, you frequently buy them and you buy them at a small quantity, right? Now, your daily essentials, guys, they are known as convenient goods. Harida, all the daily essentials. Now, inflation kiyanne lamai, there is basically an increase in price of goods and services. The increase in price of goods and services, right? Purchasing power kiyanne lamai, do you have the money to buy it? Right? Do you have the money to buy it? Now, listen to me very carefully, guys. It's an important learning, right? Now, guys, let's say for these convenient goods, if inflation is high, right? If inflation is high, that means, what do you mean by inflation is high? What do you mean by inflation is high for convenient goods? The price is high. If there is a high price, guys, now tell me, right? Imagine we'll take rice. We will take rice. Earlier, the price of rice was 100 rupees per kilo, right? Now, right, the price of rice is 200 rupees per kilo, right? Okay. Now, let's say a person, right? One person, he had only rupees 1000. So earlier, he was able to buy 10 kg, right? He had a purchasing power. His power of purchasing was 10 kilos. He had the power to buy 10 kilos. Now, he has the power only to buy 5 kilos, right? He has the power only to buy 5 kilos, right? See, when inflation takes place, guys, when the prices increase, with the amount of money people have, they can only buy less. So this is going to reduce your purchasing power, right? Right? Do you have money to buy it? Or let's say your power to purchase something is going to come down, right? So what is happening is, guys, see, when inflation took place, right? Earlier he was able to buy this much, now he is able to buy this much. Your purchasing power came down. So when inflation is high, purchasing power is low, right? So when purchasing power is low, so A is 1. Another thing, guys, let's say the opposite of this. Inflation is low, right? Earlier it was 200, now it is 100, right? Earlier, if it was 200 and now it is 100, guys, what happens? Earlier you could buy 5 kilos, now he can buy 10 kilos. So what happens is, when inflation is low, purchasing power is high. Are, and the opposite of this, right? Because when the prices increase and increase, with a given amount of money, we can only buy a little goods. But when prices decrease, with a given amount of money, you can buy more, right? So what happens is, in inflation එක වැඩි වෙන්න purchasing power එක අඩු වෙනවා. Inflation එක අඩු වෙන්න purchasing power එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Is that clear? Anyone who wants another explanation? Guys, online, is this clear? Guys, all of you tell me, all of you guys. Right. So inflation means increase in the prices of goods and services, right? Purchasing power, do you have the money to buy it? Or what is your power in purchasing something? See, when rice earlier was 100, you had the power of purchasing 10 kilos with 1000 rupees, right? With 1000 rupees, you had the power of purchasing 10 kilos. But when the price was 200, when the price was 200, right, with 1000 rupees, you can buy only 5 kilos. That means your power to buy rice has come down. Earlier you could buy more, now you can buy only less, right? So what happens is, whenever inflation, prices of goods and services go up, you can only buy less, right? When it comes down, you can buy more, right? So it's B and A and D, right? A and D is option number 3, right? A and D is option number 3. Guys, can you all let me know whether is it clear, guys? Can you let me know if it's clear? Guys, all of you, let me know if it's clear. All of you guys. Right. Okay. Now question number 8. Right. Following are some of the goals of the government and business. Okay. Goals of government and business. From the above, what is the option that only contains government goals? Options that contain government goals. Okay. Goals of the government. Promoting work-life quality. Does the government want to promote work-life quality, or do businesses want to promote work-life quality? Who wants? Businesses, right? Now, one very important thing is, guys, when you go to companies nowadays, they always promote, right, work-life balance. You need to work, but at the same time, you need to live also. And work-life balance and the work-life quality, it is a goal of the business, not the environment, not the government, right? Promoting industrialization. What do you mean by promoting industrialization, guys? What do you mean by promoting industrialization? That means you're promoting small companies to be big, right? Podi companies loku venna, right? Be industrialized. Small scale loku venna, be bigger companies, get into more production. E wage. That is a goal. Because when you have industrialization, guys, right? When you have industrialization, right? Basically, small scale businesses will turn out to be large, right? Scale businesses, right? Small scale businesses will turn out to be large scale businesses. When they turn out to be large scale businesses, guys, they will produce more goods and services, produce more goods and services. And whenever they produce more goods and services, what will happen? Yes, there is an increase in GDP. When you increase GDP, what is the economic goal you have achieved? What is the economic goal you have achieved when GDP increases? Unit number 3, economic growth. Right? That is another government's goal, economic growth. Economic growth, there's an increase in GDP. If you want to increase in GDP, you need to produce more goods. And industrialization, small scale businesses will turn out to be large scale businesses. They will produce more goods and services. GDP will increase. You will achieve economic growth. Right? That is unit number 3. Okay? So basically, industrialization, yes, a goal of a government. They have not directly asked you that, they have indirectly asked you that, okay? Right? Indirectly asked you that. Creating products, is it the government or the business? Definitely business to guys. Redistributing income, like Robin Hood, guys. This is what we call Robin Hood, right? Voice is low. Guys, 1 minute. Guys, is the voice low or is it hard? Right? Voice low or hard? Sorry, voice low or high? I can't share the paper in the screen, it's really tough. Is it low or high? Now, why are some people saying clear? It's fine, guys, it's fine. Guys, is it clear enough? Tell me. It's perfect. Guys, position of the mic. Every day I put the mic here. Where else do you want me to put the mic? And then Divya තමයි ගහගන්න වෙන්නේ mic එක. Wait, what's wrong? Okay, wait. I will get another mic and come. Will you guys wait? I will get the another set of the mic.
Check, check one.
Okay, guys, can I know whether am I clear right now? Is it clear? Is it clear? Right. Now, guys, here, this is a very high quality mic, guys. I don't think, right? There's a problem with the mic. The problem is with y'all, I think, most of the time, right? Don't waste the time, guys. Atram keyword, guys, don't waste the time. We have only a limited amount of time, right? I have to complete a lot within today and give you all as much as possible learnings. So please don't waste my time. If you really want to genuinely get it only, guys, right? Be here. Because if there is a problem in the mic, right, that problem will be there with everyone, not one, two people. Right? So if one, two people are telling that's your this thing, I change the mic also. Right? I change the mic also, right? Yes, yes. Increase the volume. Increase the volume if you can't hear me. So volume में काटू कर लगा. Don't tell me that you can't hear me. Right? So I'm assuming I'm loud enough. Right? So redistributing income, guys. Now this question is very good, guys, because they have not given you the goals directly. See, industrialization, they're talking about economic growth. Right? They never told you economic growth directly. See, you have to understand industrialization kya small scale businesses are being converted into large scale businesses, and when businesses get bigger, they are producing more goods and services. When they produce more goods and services, what happens is GDP increases. When GDP increases, you're achieving economic growth. That is a goal. Right? Then redistribution of income, guys. This is like Robin Hood. Right? What did Robin Hood do, guys? What did Robin Hood do? What did he do? Do you all know about Robin Hood? Exactly. Take from the rich and give the poor. Right? පෝසතාගෙන් අරන් දුප්පතාට දෙනවා. අර කීනවල ළමයි අර I think there was one president also who came දුප්පතාගේ හිතවතා කියලා. I can't remember who දුප්පතාගේ හිතවතා. අනුරද? හා? අනුරද ගෝතාබේද? හොඳට ඇරියනේ දුප්පතාට. right? හිතවතා තමයි. right? So දුප්පතාගේ හිතවතා වගේ සීන් එකක් තමයි මෙතන. Now basically what happens here is, guys, with tax, right? Now you have progressive tax. There is something called progressive tax. Right? What do you mean by progressive tax, guys? Whenever your income is increasing, your tax is increasing. Whenever your income is decreasing, your tax is reducing. Right? Now the main purpose of a government to charge tax is lamai මේ tax එක charge කරලා වෙන දේ මොකක්ද කියලා ඇහුවොත්, right? Right? Basically take from the rich and give the poor. Right? Give the poor. Take from the rich and give the poor. Right? Now basically if poor don't have income, it's not good. Now imagine there are 10 people in a country. From that 10 people, only 2 people have money. It's very bad. Right? Only 2 people have an income. It's bad. It's not good. So the economy, the government will want to redistribute the income. How are they doing it? By taxing people. Now in Sri Lanka, guys, what happens is they want to give the basic essential factors to everyone. Tax is high, that's why they are giving free education, free healthcare, and all of these things. Right now, our education is free, guys. Local university, government schools, healthcare is free in the government hospital. Right? If there was no healthcare, if there was no free education, guys, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Huh? Only the rich will be able to afford these basic essential factors. Now that is the main purpose, guys. I have sessions like this, right? Because education should be accessible to everyone. Now I can't do it for free itself. මගේ අට පස්සේ ඇඟේ කැල්ලක් තමයි විකුණන්න වෙන්නේ because classroom rent and all I have to pay. Right? මේවා නිකන් එන්නේ නෑ මට. නිකන් දෙන්නේ නෑ. මුන්ට පුකේ අමාරුවක් නෑ මට. නිකන් දෙන්නනේ. Right? So basically what happens is, guys, even these sessions I do it, guys, so at least ඔගොල්ලෝ පොඩි learning එකක් හරි ගන්නවා පුළුවන් එකාට. Right? Now මේකත් use කරන්න දන්නේ නැති උන් ඉන්නවනේ මෙතන. Right? If you really genuinely want ළමෙක් හිටියත් කමන්නේ. Even if it's one kid who wants to learn it right, you be here. නැත්තම් යන්න. ගෙවලා ඵලයන් අනිත් ක්ලාස් තියෙන ඕන තරම් ගෙවලා යන්න පුළුවන්. උගලන්න පුකේ අමාරුවක් තියෙනවා නම් ගෙවලා ඵලයන්. එච්චරයි. සල්ලි වැඩි නම් මට දීපන් කමන්නේ. Right? If you have more money, you give it to me, no problem. Right? I have enough of space in my purse and my cards and bank accounts to store it. Right? Unless otherwise you want to really utilize this program, stay here. Right? So this is another goal because this will, guys, reduce income inequality. This is one of the best questions I saw in 2023, guys. One of the best questions I saw in 2023, they didn't directly ask you, right? So that is one. So BD, right? BD, right? You can take B, D, right? Then, guys, we have maintaining full employment. What do you mean by maintaining full employment? Full employment, guys, you're utilizing all your resources in the country, right? All the resources are efficiently and effectively utilized, making use of all the resources. People have jobs, right? Every person has a job, right? Everyone is working. Resources are not idling, right? Lamai, that's there, right? So that is there. Okay, so that maintaining full employment is another advantage, right? Stabilizing prices. That means, guys, you're not having very high inflation, not very low inflation. You're having a price stability. That is another one. That is, now companies will not work to maintain inflation. No, the government will work to maintain inflation. Promoting employee engagement. Obviously, right? It's business. Practicing corporate governance. Now, corporate governance kiyanne lamai. Right now, that's a big area, guys. Corporate governance, AAT වල ඔක්කොම ඉගෙන ගනි ඕගොල්ලෝ. AAT ACCA වල, SIMA වල, right? Corporate governance කියන්නේ ළමයි ways of running a company. දන්නේ නැත්තම් ලියා ගන්න ළමයි way of running a company. Right now, this is a big area, guys. It shows you how you should direct and control a company. මේක විතරක් දැනගන්න ළමයි, that is another goal of a company. So BDEF is only the answer, which is option number 3. Guys, is that clear? So in here, they did none of these, only one they asked you. Only full employment, they told you directly, right? Stabilizing prices or not, they can tell you about controlling inflation, but they told you stabilizing prices. If you were really stupid enough, guys, you would have thought about companies having a stable price for their goods and services. Not really. In the whole country, they need to maintain something called inflation. And if you're maintaining inflation right only, guys, right, the economy will grow. So that's there. Okay. So is that clear, guys? Is this clear? Question number 8, is it clear? Guys, right. So maintaining full employment means, Fatima, you are basically, right, making sure all the resources in the country, people, resources, land are being used. Right? All the resources in the country are being used. Okay? Fatima, okay? Others, guys, can I respond? Can you respond? Guys, can all of you respond, guys? Please, please. Hurry. Question number 9. Right. In a partnership, limited partners are recognized by. What do you mean by a limited partner, guys? A limited partner. What? A limited partner means, guys, right? A limited partner means he is a partner with a limited liability, right? Usually in a partnership, right? A partnership is not recognized by law. It's unincorporated, right? A partnership is unincorporated. That means not recognized in the face of law. And it is not registered as a business, right? So a partnership doesn't have a separate legal personality. That means partners and the business is the same. And partners and the business is the same. In that, guys, the partnership agreement, the ordinance says, guys, the partnership ordinance says you can have a limited partner. A limited partner is someone, guys, who has a limited liability, right? A limited partner is someone who has a limited liability. Right? The mama dena notes lamai liya ganna. Right? Now don't expect me to tell you like podium, right? 20 days more to go for your A-level exams, right? Okay, right? Don't expect me to tell like Purdue, 20 days more to go for the exam, right? So guys, a limited partner, remember guys, number one, this guy will have a limited liability. Now, what do you mean by a limited liability, Lamai? Right? He is only obliged up to the amount he has invested. Right? His responsibility is only up to the amount he has invested. Let's say, right, he invests 100K, the maximum loss he can make is 100K. Even if the business makes millions and millions of loss, he will maximum only lose 100K. Harida? Number one, they have a limited liability. Number two, right, remember guys, they are not involved in the management. Right? In the management. They are only guys, investors. They are like investors, not involved in the management. Right? They are like investors, not involved in the management. Right? Okay? So, eka mataka tiyaganna. Right? Now, you all should know what is a limited liability, guys. May velawe limited liability dannathan loku prashnayak ka. Right? Unit number 4. Right? You all know limited liability. Or you want me to explain it? දන්නවද නැද්ද? Tell me, you tell me. දන්නේ නැහැ. Right. Now, limited liability කියන්නේ ළමයි, these are usually seen in incorporated companies. Right? When there is basically, right, a separation, like there is a separate legal entity. Right? Separate legal entity. Separate legal entity කියන්නේ ළමයි, the business is not equal to the owners. Business is different to the owners. Right? This happens, guys, when you incorporate a business only. Right? When you incorporate a business only, this takes place. Right? When you incorporate a business only, this takes place. Okay? Now, when this happens, guys, if the right owners invest, right, 100K, the business makes a loss of 1 million. The owner's liability is only limited to the amount they are invested. Right? Liability is limited to the amount invested. Right? Liability is limited to the amount invested. Not even a single rupee. That means the owners can maximum only lose 100K. The remaining 900K is the business's loss, not the owner's loss. That's what you mean by limited liability. And when you're having a limited partner in a partnership, he will always have a limited liability and not involved in the management. So answer option is 5. Right? Option is 5. Many people would have chosen the option 1. But remember, a limited partner is not involved in a business most of the time. Right? Not involved in the management. He invests and gets the return. He's like an investor. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear, guys, online? Is that clear? See, new learnings. ඔගොල්ලෝ මේක දැනගෙන හිටියද ළමයි? They are not involved in the management. නැහැනේ. ඉගෙන ගනින්. Right, guys? Is that clear, guys? Respond in the chat box. Respond. You all have to be really active. Right? You all have to be really active, guys. නැත්තම් අමාරුයි. Because you all are online, you all have to be active. ඔය ලොකුම crowd එක online active වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනේ ළමයි. Right? ඕගොල්ලන්ට කරන දෙයක් එපා නම් යන්න. Something like that also you can take. Not the willingness, it's the ability. You are still buying. So when inflation goes up, you are buying, but you are buying less. Purchasing power is how many goods you are buying. Can you buy more or less? Right? With the money you have. Liking, no. Right now, I would also like to have, let's say, I would also like to have, let's say, uh, right. I would also like to have 1 minute. Right? A BMW. Earlier, back in the day, if it was before 2019, at the prices the BMW was, I could afford it. But today I can't because it's really expensive. Right? Inflation has gone up, allowing me not to buy it. Right? Okay. Now, guys, question number 10. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Katawa naattanna lamai. Right? Hondara mahaganna lamai. Right. The following statements are about documents used in incorporating a company. Whenever you're registering a company, guys, the documents are being used. Now, what are the documents you need to register a company, guys? Tell me. When you're incorporating a company, what are the documents you're using? Right? Incorporating a company, what are the documents? Number one is your registration form. Number one is your registration form. Number two, what? What? ඒකට කලින් තව එකක් තියෙනවා ළමයි. Huh? What? මොකක්ද? Exactly. Name approval document. Right? Your name approval document. Number three, guys. Articles of association. You need this. This is a document stating all your goals, who is running the company, right? What are the rules and regulations in the company, who owns shares of the company, ඒව ඔක්කොම included in here. Number four, consent of founders, right? Consent of founders to act as a director, right? Consent of founders to act as a director, right? The director's consent form. Number five, consent of secretary. I think we call these form number 1, form number 18 and 19. හරියට මතක නැහැ numbers. 1, 18, 19. ඒ වගේ යන්නේ. Right? You don't need to know the numbers, but know these 5 forms. Right? Articles of association shows details of issue of shares, power and duties of directors and, right? Etc. Exactly right. When you take articles of association, guys, number 1, it will tell about the goals of the company. Right? Who are the shareholders of the company? Right? What are the rules and regulations of the company? Right? Then, guys, the shareholding, who holds what share? The shareholding. Right? Then, guys, they will tell about the, right? Then the, let's say, power and duties of shareholders. So all of these will be included, right? Right, in an articles of association, right? So in an articles of association, all of them will be included, right? Okay, so articles of association shows details of issue of shares, power and duties of directors. Yes, right. Certificate of incorporation. Now, when you submit all of these documents to the registrar of companies, ROC, right, ROC, they will go through all these documents, and if they feel like the company is legitimate, they will give the birth certificate of a company, right? The birth certificate of the company. What do you call the birth certificate, guys? We call it certificate of incorporation, right? Certificate of incorporation, right? Now, shows the details of shareholder voting and rules and regulations. Is it right, guys? No, it is the registration certificate of the company. That certificate only shows, guys, your company has been incorporated or registered in the face of law. It doesn't show the shareholders voting rights and all, right? So answer is A is only correct, option number 1, right? If you see, guys, pattami easy paper, but tricky, right? easy but tricky, right? Easy. As Isra answers the lamai, pattama tricky, right? They have not asked you questions properly. If you have not practiced enough of questions, this is going to happen. Now your A-level paper also, there can be a chance. It's going to be tricky. 23, 24, 25, 22 was tricky, right? They did not give you, go back in the day, 2015, 16, 17 papers and all, patta easy compared to now. You may mule වැඩි වෙලා AI තියෙනවා, right? So all of these guys will make it tricky. Okay. So can you just skim through these 10 questions and let me know, guys, if everything is clear, if you all want me to explain anything again. Now make a වෙලා යන වැඩක් ළමයි, yeah? Make a වෙලා යන වැඩක්. මට පැයකින් දෙකකින් කරන්න බෑ. පැයකින් I can write all the answers. ඵලයන් ගෙදර ගිහලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. But I am giving you individually. I'm going in detail. So වෙලා යන වැඩක් ඕන්නම් ඉඳපන් නැත්තම් ඵලයන්. Right? So can you skim through, guys? What's the problem you have, madam? You want me to explain anything? Guys, online, AOA, Articles of Association. So Fatima, Articles of Association is a document which will tell you, right, which is going to tell all the goals of the company, the shareholders who owns the companies, what are the rules and regulations of the company, the shareholding, how much of shares is one shareholder owning, right? Then, guys, the power and duties of shareholders, right? Okay, power and duties of shareholders. So all of these will be there, right? So whenever you're sending a question, all of you all, please send it to everyone. No, interim is something. ROC kiyanne lamai, right? Registrar of companies, right? Registrar of companies, right? 1 minute, guys. Right. Now, first of all, I will finish this question of Pampoddak Idagannan Lamai, right? Article of Association, it's a document. Whenever you are registering a company, you have to give it. In that document, it's a, barra patala page document, right? Usually the secretary is the one who makes the article of association for companies, right? Hundara Mahagana, listen to me very carefully. This document will state, guys, what are the goals of the company? What does the company expect to achieve? Who are the owners of the company? Shareholders. What are the rules and regulations in the company? Right? What are the shareholdings? Which owner, how many percent of this company is owned by the owners? Right? What are the powers and duties of the shareholders? What kind of power do shareholders have and what are their duties? That is the Articles of Association. Then secondly, guys, Certificate of Incorporation. Now, when you were born, they gave you a birth certificate, right? They gave you a birth certificate when you were born. Same way, when a company is born, they give a birth certificate. We call that birth certificate, guys, Certificate of Incorporation. That will clearly show, guys, right, a company is recognized in the face of law and the company has been born and it has been registered. Certificate of Incorporation doesn't show shareholders' voting rights, rules and regulations. No. They will give, I don't have an example of the Certificate of Incorporation. It will tell you the business registration number and it will tell the owner's name only. Owner's name. Kauda meke aiti karu. Echcharai. Rights okkoma kiyanne naha meke. Right? It's like a birth certificate. Right? Now, in your birth certificate, guys, are there your rights? That you can speak, you can walk in the road, you can eat. Evage rights thiyanawada? Naha nilamai. So these are there. Right? So Minna, did you get it? Zainab, did I answer your question? COL. Manal, what is COL? COI? Sir, okay. Certificate of Incorporation. That's the birth certificate. That is another document. You give all the details of the company. Right? Okay. Then someone asked question number 9. Right. So question number 9, very simple. When you take a partnership, there is someone called a limited partner. Two things. Number 1, he is not involved in the management. He is an investor. Number 2, he has a limited liability. That means he is maximally liable only to the amount he has invested. Not even a single amount more than that. Maximum liable only to the amount he has invested, right? Not even a single amount above that, right? So that is basically his, right, liability. Okay. Right. Okay. 1 to 10, all okay? So types of partners, you have general partner. Now types of partners is not there in business studies. You have only two. Limited partner, unlimited partner. Limited partner is liability is limited. Unlimited partner liability is unlimited. There's a sleeping partner, right? General partner is a normal partner. Sleeping partner is a silent investor. You need to know the types of partners here. Accounting you need to know, I think. Right? Uh, No, this is not a certificate of incorporation. Name, business name ordinance. Right? When you're registering a sole trader partnership, you need that. But when you're registering a company, it's a different certificate. Right? Question number 11. Okay. See, very easy question. Now we are coming to unit 5. See, me, one thing in the past papers, guys, are process at the orders. Right? හරි තව හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න තියෙනවා. මොන බూරු පැටියද ඊයේ මොක් එක සබ්මිට් කරේ නැත්තේ මගේ? Right? ළමයි 60යි ඉන්නේ. I took only 60. I told you කියලම ගත්තේ 60යි ගන්න කියලා. ළමයි 60න් ළමයි 43යි සබ්මිට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. අනිත් 17 මමද කරන්නේ මොක් එක. Right? This time I saw handwriting whose handwriting was bad. I didn't even send it to market. Right? හිටියා. මම නම් උනත් කියන්න පුළුවන්. Right? නම් හිටන් කියන්න පුළුවන් නම් හොඳටම මතකයි. යකෝ දොස්තර හොඳයි යකෝ උඹට වඩා. The doctor is better than you, guys. I'm telling you again, handwriting is very important, right? Very important handwriting, right? Papers liyaddi handwriting නැත්තම් කෙලවෙනවා, right? There is nothing called public unlimited company, Manal. No, Hajar, no. Negotiating trade conditions kya lamai, right? With a supplier negotiating what goods you need, at what price you need, when are you going to pay them back? So you can buy on credit, no? When are you going to pay them back? Right? All of these, right? Now question number 11. See, it's already 1.5 hours, almost 1.5 hours now. I don't know what time I will finish, but ඉවර වෙනකම් මම යනවා. Slowly. හිමින් මම යනවා. Right? I don't care about the time, guys. මට වෙලාව අදාළම නැහැ. Right? ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ වෙලාව. Right? Even if it takes the whole day, I will go and complete it. Right? That is my goal today. Right? Are you all okay to stay? Even after 3? You'll have nothing, no? තියනවද? Nothing, no? I can go till maximum 7 because at 7 o'clock I have my 2027 class. Right? ඔගොල්ලෝ breaks දෙන්න බය වෙන්න එපා. Right? No, because මට හයියෙන් කරලා ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? But බොරු වැඩක්. හිමින් යන්නේ කොහොඳයි. Following are steps of entrepreneurial process. Now, when you take the entrepreneurial process, guys, there are 5 steps. Step number 1 is discovery. You come up with the idea, the wow idea එකත් එක්ක එනවා ළමයි. අර wow idea එක. Right? The wow, that brilliant idea, you have come up with that brilliant idea. After the discovery, lamai, you come up with something called what? Concept development and business plan. Concept development and business plan. Now the idea you get in, you're putting it into paper. Right? Number 3, guys, you're bringing in all the resources. Resourcing. After you bring in all the resources, you need to actualize, start the business. And after you start the business, guys, think how do you grow it in the future? Harvest. Right? So first of all, come up with the idea, put it into paper, bring in all the resources. After you bring in all the resources, start the business, run the business, and you harvest it. See how are you going to grow it further. Right? So the order, right? B, D, E, AC. BDEAC. Third one is the answer. Pattama simple lamai maker. Right? This is highly tested in paper number 1 and paper number 2. Right? You come up with the idea, put it into paper, bring in the resources, start the business, think about how you're going to grow the business in the future. Right? Very simple, guys. Right? That's okay? Okay, no? No problem, no? Right. Question number 12. A medium of exchange. Where does medium of exchange come? Unit number 7. Right? Which does not require a third party involvement would be. In what of this is there are no intermediary. Middleman is not involved. Cash, checks, credit card, e-cash, free cards. What is it? You take checks, bank is involved. Credit card, bank is involved. E-cash, e-money, bank is involved. Prepaid cards, bank is involved. But cash, if you're paying me cash directly, is a bank involved? No, they're not involved. Right? So answer is 1. Very simple. No middleman is involved. Right? No middleman is involved. Right? This one, listen to me very carefully, guys. Baila gahan nepa. When a deval karan nepa. Right? Don't, if you are only ready to focus, be here. Right? You have distractions, you can go and learn it somehow else you want. Right? Discovery kiyanne lamai, you're coming up with the idea. Putting that idea into paper, business plan, unit number 18. After that, guys, you bring in all the resources required to start the business. You start the business actualization. Now you think about how do you grow it, right? You're thinking about how do you grow it, right? So these are the 5 steps, okay? Now, money where third party is not involved, can you know middleman is involved? When you're handling cash, you're directly paying cash to the shop. No third party is involved, no? That is there, right? Question number 13. Select the correct statement pertaining to a bearer check. Now, when you take a check, guys, you have 2 forms of checks, right? You have 2 forms of checks, right? Right? You have 2 forms of checks, right? Check එකක් ගත්තම ළමයි වර්ග දෙකක් තියෙනවා. වර්ග number 1, වර්ග number 2. Number 1 is bearer check. Right? Order check. Now, සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ bearer වලට කියන්නේ රැගෙන එන්න. Right? රැගෙන එන්න. What do you mean by රැගෙන එන්න? Right? Whoever presents, right? Whoever presents the check to the bank can withdraw money. Right? කවුරු ගිහිල්ලා check එක දුන්නත්, other than the payee කියන්නේ the person receiving the check, other than him, whoever is holding the check can go and withdraw cash. Now, how do you make a bearer check and order check, guys? How do you make a bearer check and order check? Right? So basically, how do you make a bearer check and order check? How do you make a bearer check and order check? How? By cutting the word O bearer. By at the top of the check, there is a word called O bearer. By cutting that word, only you make it a order check. Order check means, guys, only the payee, right? Only the payee can withdraw the check, right? Withdraw the check. Right? Only the payee can withdraw the check, right? Right? A bearer check, correct statement, right? Prepaid card is like a debit card, Natasha, like a debit card, right? Now, a torn or damage check, not really. Signed without stating the amount, not really. Invalidity due to expiry. Okay, one more important question. The validity period of check. What is the validity period of a check? It's valid for 6 months, right? 6 months. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. Right? Encashed or deposited by anyone who present it to the bank. Anna right. Beara check kiyanne lamai. Whoever brings it to the bank will be able to withdraw the cash. See last one, encashed or deposited only by the payee named on the check. A pay order check is only encashed and deposited by someone who, right, by the payee, right? That is an order check, right? So fourth one is bearer, fifth one is order, right? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Clear the checks done now, the guys? Guys, checks done now. The Fatima, sorry, mock discussion. It's full. This thing is full. Guys, clear? Anna, right, Manal. Yes, you are right. Right. So bearer check means whoever is going and giving that check. Now, example, Hana, you're giving me a check. I am the payee. I am the payee. Right? I am the payee. Right? That means I am the one who should take the money. Right? But if it's a bearer check, at the check next to the payee's name, there will be something called O bearer kina namatti, O bearer. Right? Payee, if you leave that O bearer normal, it means, guys, anyone who has that check, anyone who is carrying that check other than me can withdraw the money. Right? But if you cut the term bearer, only the payee can get that check. Hana, is that clear? Now, ඒක මම rescue program එකේ කියලා දුන්නා මම එදා. Right? Rescue program එකේ කියලා දුන්නා. Right? Okay. Any other thing? Any doubts? Any other doubts? 6 months. Yeah. Okay. Question number 14, insurance. Unit number 8. Right? The purpose of obtaining a motor vehicle insurance by an organization would be minimize the risk, avoid the risk, transfer risk, bear risk, hold risk. Now, insurance is taken, Lamai, just because you have an insurance, will your risk reduce? No. You can go and knock a motor vehicle. Risk is not going to reduce. Avoid the risk. Then insurance at Batman magi padinna pulan lamai pare. Nehane, happunot ivarai. But you transfer the risk. Whatever the risk you're facing, you don't need to face a financial loss. You're giving it to the insurance company. By obtaining an insurance, you're not avoiding, you're not reducing, you're not bearing, you're not holding. Rather, you're transferring risk. Answer is 3. Because your risk will be passed on to the insurance company. Right? Okay. Now, question number 15. Which of the following international bodies specifically focus on securing financial stability among the member countries? Financial stability among the member countries. Why did this question come in 2023? Why did this question come in 2023? Because back in 2022, the Sri Lankan government, Ranil's government, struck a deal with IMF. Right? Struck a deal with IMF. We are a part of IMF, right? Okay, we are a part of IMF, right? Minha, keep questions like this, right? Keep questions like this towards the end, okay? Right? Poddak tiyanna, in between a question, don't ask me. It's very difficult, right? Sri Lanka struck a deal in 2022 with IMF, right? Now, we are a member country of IMF, right? And IMF wants us to make sure that, right, we are financially stable. Right? We are financially stable. So, the international body specifically focusing on securing financial stability among member countries is, guys, IMF. Right? Financial stability. Now, in this 1 year, guys, what are the real world incidents which happen? Real context incidents. Number 1, we had Ditwa. Number 2, the war. Right? Ditwa, war. Either one of these can be tested in your exam, guys. Either in an MCQ or paper. Ditwa and the war. If they're asking you Ditwa, they will ask you from unit number 1, pestle factors. If they're asking you war, they can ask you from unit number 1, political factors, and unit number 3, government intervention. Right? So they can ask you there. Right? Ditwa and the war. Right? The Middle East crisis. right? Middle East crisis මගේ revision papers වලත් දාලා තිබ්බා මම උන් තරම්. right? ඒක ගැන ගොඩාක් ටෙස්ට් කරලා තිබ්බා මේකේ. okay? right? okay. Harshid, now tell me you have a bike. You're taking an insurance. Just because you have an insurance and going in the bike, what is the guarantee someone else will not come and knock you? Risk will not reduce. Just because you take an insurance, risk is not going to reduce, guys. Your risk will be there, but you're not the one facing the risk. You're transferring it to the insurance company, right? That's there. Okay. Then, guys, question number 16. Right? Following are some communication methods. From the above, what is the option that contains a quick feedback medium? Where can you get a response quickly? Right? Where can you get a response quickly? Letters? Can you get a response quickly? Yavanna davas dekai, enna tava davas tunai. Ivarai. Right? The bus has gone. Notice. Right? Notice. Can you get a response quickly from a notice, guys? Can you get a response quickly from a notice? නැහැ නේ ළමයි. Notice එකක් ඇලෙව්වා. ඌ ඇවිල්ලා respond කරන ගොඩාක් කල් යනවා. right? තොපිල වගේ උන් ළමයි WhatsApp group බලන්නේ නැති උන්. right? ඒ වගේ මෝඩ හරක් පැටවුනේ ඉන්නේ. right? WhatsApp group එකේ message එකක් දැම්මත් බලන්නේ නැහැ. right? සර් මොක් එක දැම්මද කියලා අහනවා ඊට පස්සේ මගෙන්. මල්ල පයින්නවා ළමයි කොහොම දන්නවද සමහරලාට right? that day පොඩ්ඩක් පරක් වුණා මොක් එක දාන I think 11:05 or 11:10 I put the mock. 11:31 bug is calling, sir, did you send the mock? right? ඔය වගේ තියෙනවා ළමයි. So notice also no. Telephone. Telephone එකේ does someone call you and tell all the details and do you keep the phone and after 10 days do they respond? No. At the same time you get the response. Right? You get the response at the same time. So C is one answer. One-to-one meeting. Same time response. Right? Video conference. See? Zoom. Same time response. ඒකෙත් ඉන්නවා. AI chat box. දැකලා තියෙනවා ළමයි AI chat box. Same time response. Right? Memo. Memo is like a notice sent to everyone. You can't get immediate response. Fax? Not really. ආදි කාලේ දැන් fax පාවිච්චි කරන්නෙත් නැහැ. Right? So, telephone, one-to-one, video conference, AI chat box. CDEF. CDEF. Fourth one is the answer. Right? Very simple, guys. Now, maker, you don't need to know the communication chapter even to answer this. Topi podda mule pavichchi karana, you could have answered this. Right? You all don't need to know. Have you all done the 2023 paper before this? Guys, online, have you done it? හරි හොඳයි යා කරලා තියෙනවනම්. නැත්තම් හරිම හොඳයි. යකෝ දවස් 19යි තියෙන්නේ. right? දැන් අර මගේ plan එක follow කරලා තිබ්බනම් now 23 paper done. right? 23 paper done. right? right? ඔගොල්ලෝ පොඩ්ඩක් මොලේ පාවිච්චි කරලා before coming to the session බබ්බු නෙමෙයිනේ කරලා එන්න ඕනේ පොඩ්ඩක්. right? දැන් හෙට එන්න කලින් 24 paper එක කරා නම් ලොකු දෙයක් ඕගොල්ලන්ට. right? okay? now 17. Executing a plan in a right manner ensures effectiveness, profitability, productivity, sustainability, efficiency. පට්ටම ලස්සන question එකක්. Right? Executing a plan in a right manner. Right? Ensures. පට්ටම ලස්සන question එක මේක. Majority of the people would have got this wrong. I'm guaranteeing. Right? What is the answer? Huh? What is the answer? Effectiveness. Effectiveness. What is the answer? What is the answer, guys? Guys, what do you think is the answer? Executing a plan in a right manner. Now, a plan. Remember, a plan is something, guys, where you basically set a goal. Right? That means your goal is set. Efficiency කියන්නේ මොකද්ද ළමයි? Efficiency කියන්නේ ළමයි what? Efficiency means you are doing things the right way. දෙයක් හරි විදියට කිරීම. Effectiveness කියන්නේ මොකද්ද ළමයි? You are doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. Read the question once more. Executing a plan in a right manner. ඒ කියන්නේ right manner පොඩ්ඩක් ඉංග්‍රීසි දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. පොඩ්ඩක් ඉංග්‍රීසි. Right? If you don't know ඉංග්‍රීසි, it's going to be a problem. ඉංග්‍රීසි. So ඉංග්‍රීසි medium කරද්දී ළමයි ඉංග්‍රීසි දන්නේ නැත්නම් පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. Now right manner කියන්නේ the right way. Right way. So they're talking about, guys, efficiency. Right? Efficiency. Answer is the fifth one. ගොඩාක් කට්ටිය ගිහිල්ලා effectiveness choose කරලා ඇති. Because they didn't read the question properly. Choose effectiveness. Very good. Right? Right way. Because right manner means right way. Hari. Guys, is that clear? Is that clear? Guys, online, is that clear? Is that clear? Right? It's not effectiveness. Effectiveness means you're doing the right thing. Right? Manner kiyanne thing නෙමෙයි, manner kiyanne way. Guys, all of y'all tell me, all ITs of y'all guys, tell me, guys. Right. Now with that, guys, with that, right, grade 12 of your MCQs come to an end. Grade 12. Only you had 17 questions from grade 12. 18 onwards is grade 13. Right? 18 onwards is grade 13. Harida? Now, lamai, grade 13, first one. Question number 18. Right? From the following, which leadership style adapts to a context in making decisions? Right? Where can you make adapts to a context in making decisions? Right? Adapts to a concept in making decisions. Now, it basically adapting to the situation. That's what it means. Right? Which of the following leadership style adapts to the situation? Remember, a situational leader only adapts to the situation, adapts to the context. Context කියන්නේ තැනේ ඇටියට ඇනේ ගන්නවා ළමයි. අහලා තියෙනවද ළමයි? තැනේ ඇටියට ඇනේ ගන්නවා. Will you go to a funeral and laugh and smile and enjoy? හිනා විවි කතා කරනවද funeral එකක? නැහැනේ ළමයි. Will you go to a wedding and cry? No. See the opposite of it. Yeah, you cry in a wedding. Right? See the opposite of it. Right? තැනේ ඇටියට ඉන්නවනේ ළමයි. ගෙදර කකුල් උඩ දාගෙන ඉන්නා වගේ එළියට ගිහිල්ලා ඉන්නවද? like දැන් බලන්න මෙතන භාගයක්ම online ඉන්න උන් ටික කකුල් උඩ දාගෙන කකුලක් ඔළුව උඩ right laptop එකේ උඩ කකුල right phone එක මෙහෙම උඩ පොත මෙහෙම bed එකේ මෙහෙම ලියන්නේ. ඒ වගේත් ඉන්න ඇතිනේ right නැත්තම් you know they might be sleeping on other side of the bed right මෙහෙම ඉඳගෙන bed එකේ you know the laptop is also there and writing like this අර පොඩ angle වෙලා Cleopatra හිටියා වගේ තමයි. You know Cleopatra වගේ ලියනවා ඇති මේව දාගෙන. වගේ ඉන්නවනේ ළමයි. So බලන්න දැන් ඒම ගිල්ල මේ ෆිසිකල් ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? මේම දැන් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ මාර මොනාලිසාගේ මේම ඉඳලා එම මොනාලිසා එම හිටියද දන්නේ නැහැ මම. Okay but right අර ඉන්නවනේ ළමයි. So that's how it is. Right? So context කියන්නේ adjusting to the context කියන්නේ situational. Right? So correct answer is 3. But I will give you a small glimpse of others. Democratic කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම යාළුවෝ. Right? The leader, subordinates come together and make a collective decision. Right? Collective decision. Both of them are making a decision together. Leader and the employees. Democratic. Autocratic, leader will say, you shut up and follow. Hitler's approach. Autocratic can Hitler's approach. You shut up and follow what's said. Laissez-faire. Leader is not involved in decision making. He gives the complete freedom. Complete freedom is given to the subordinates to make decisions. Task oriented. I don't care about you, only I care about the task. The leader only cares about the work getting done, not the person. Harida. So that is, guys, situational based on the context, right? Employee oriented kiyanne lamai, we call it, right. Employee oriented is something like this. The leader doesn't care about the task, he only cares about the person. Opposite of task oriented. Are you comfortable? Are you safe? Then you do the work. Right? That is right. That is basically employee oriented. Autocratic kiyanne, leader will say subordinates have to shut up and follow. Follow the leader's orders without questioning him. Right? That is there. Okay. I am not autocratic. Am I autocratic? Oh yeah. Kina de karapang etsarai. Democratic kiyanne, everyone is a friend. Right? You, us, we come together and make that decision. You come together and make that decision. Right? දැන් මම මේකේ recording එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? දැන්ම කියනවා recording එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ session 3 මගේ final seminar එකකවත් recording දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? මේකේ මට කොහොමත් recording එක ගන්න බෑ. It's not recorded. Right? It's not recorded. So, because the server is full. Right? It will take 2 days to update the server. Server is full, so no recording. Right? Laissez-faire means, right? ඔක්කොම explain කරන්න කියනවා මුන් ආයෙත්. Laissez-faire means අහන් ඉඳපන්. The leader gives the complete freedom for the employees to make decisions. Like your parents are giving you the complete freedom to do anything you want, which you will never get. Right? Okay, which you will never get. Complete freedom. Your parents are leader. If they are the leader, they're giving you the complete freedom to do whatever you want. Right? Okay? Question number 19. Following are two statements developed on the macro small and medium enterprises based on the central bank report of 2021. Right? I put this in one of the mock questions also, if I'm not mistaken. Make a damma. Right? Make එකක් විතරක් අරන් දැම්ම ළමයි because this is important. Right? Make a මෙතන ආවනම් they can come in the fill in the blanks somewhere. Right? SMEs in Sri Lanka contribute to more than 50% of the economy. Right? Definitely right. Small and medium scale businesses, guys, contribute for 54% in the economy's GDP. 54-55% Ghana contributes. Because we have more small and medium scale businesses in Sri Lanka than large scale businesses. Right? Contribution, statement B, contribution of SMEs in Sri Lanka is comparatively higher when compared to developed countries. තමුන් නාන්සලා පොඩ්ඩක් චුට්ටක් මුලේ පාවිච්චි කරලා තිබ්බනම් පුක පාවිච්චි කරන්න නැතුව මුලේ පාවිච්චි කරලා තිබ්බනම් are we a developed country or a developing country? Developing, not developed, developing country. Developing. තාම ලොකු වෙලා නැහැ. තාම පොඩි එකෙක් ලොකු වෙනවා. Right? ඒ වගේ රටක ළමයි in our country now compared to our SME contribution in Sri Lanka, right? Is it greater than the SME contribution in USA? No. Is statement B correct then? No. Only statement 1 is correct. Right? So 1 is only correct. Right? Now I පොඩ්ඩක් මම question එක පොඩ්ඩක් මාරු කරලා දැම්ම ළමයි චුට්ටක් මාරු කරලා මම හිතන්නේ දැම්මේ මතක විදියට. Right? යකෝ මේ උඹලට මොක් එකේ ඉංග්‍රීසි තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද බං? Is it hard the English? Huh? Grammarly වලින් මං හැදුවේ. Right? Now I make it a little professional by putting it into Grammarly. Right? So our standard. ඒක FWC English. Right? දැන් බලන්න මෙතන තොපිල ඉංග්‍රීසි දන්නේ නැත්නම් how many questions you all would have got wrong? Right? Then බලන්න question number, right? 17 you all would have got it wrong if you all didn't know what was the right manner. Question number 18 you all would have not got it wrong if you all did not know adapting to a concept. පොඩක් ඉංග්‍රීසිත් ඉගෙන ගනින් පොඩ්ඩක් මේ දවස් 19 English general English paper එකකුත් තියෙනවා. ඒක fail වෙන්න එපා ලැජ්ජයියා. Right? උඹ මොනවා fail වුණත් කමන්නේ නැහැ. general English paper එකේ fail වෙන්න එපා. දැන් මුකුත් fail වෙන්න එපා. Right? One of my friends got a B for that. Right? උට පාට්ට ලැජ්ජයි. උට මූණ පෙන්නන්න බැරි වුණා. ඉස්කෝලේ. General English B. BSA. ඒ ආතල් එකට ලිව්ව එක. Right? කම්මැලි කමට ආතල් එකේ ලියලා හිටියා. කියලා වුණා result ආපු වෙලාවේ. එහෙම කරන්න එපා. And you need more than 40 marks for general knowledge if you want to get into local university. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. general knowledge paper එක miss කරන්න එපා if you are going into local uni. General knowledge no local uni. Right? ගිහිල්ලා බොරුවක් කර ලියපන්. ඒකේ පාඩම් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ගිහිල්ලා බොරුවක් කර ලියපන්. ඇස් වහලා ලියපන් ඒක. මමත් ඉනි මිනි මයිනි උගෝ I put ඉනි මිනි මයිනි මෝ. එහෙම දාලා copy කරලා ලකුණු 44 marks. I had general knowledge නැහැ ඒ කාලේ. Right? ඒ කාලේ නැහැ. And the best example was my father used to work in, he was working in the distributors of Langwa Steel. Right? තාත්තගේ company factory එක, that's a question, nah? Right? Where my father's working company's factory is the question. මම ඒක දන්නේ නෑනේ ළමයි. තාත්තා වැඩ කරන කොයිද තියෙන්නේ කියලා දන්නේ නෑ factory එක. I got that wrong. No? My father scolded me when he saw the past paper. He saw the question. යකෝ මේක දන්නේ නැද්ද? Right? He goes there once a week also. Once or twice, like once in 2 weeks he goes there. I didn't know that also. Right? So my A-level results, right? 3 S's. Sira 3 S's. Really? 3 S's. Right. Question number 20. Right? Horen giye local university. Horror certificate tag gala giye local university. Right? Island last guys. Right? මගේ A-level result එක අඩක් නැහැ දැන් උඹලට ළමයි. මගේ O-level result එක අඩක් නැහැ. Right? දැන් ඒකෙන් ළමයි it's not going to define my teaching. Right? It has never defined my teaching because ACCA subjects I teach guys. Right? On the example like කියනවා නම් ACCA subjects I teach I had 3 C's guys. අතනක 3 C's. Right? 3 C's තියෙන්නේ. 3 C's. Right? O-level results 5 W's 4 S's. Right? Right, 5 W's, 4 S's. Now my A-level result is not going to define your A-level result, no? Right? A-level result. I was not a good result guy, guys. It's a good result at the Benama, guys. Huh? Right? A-tibba A-tek hond result at neme lamai mata poddak. A1's tibba, A2's tibba, A3's tibba. Right? It's a wrong result at neme. Right? You're so funny, oh my god. Right, funny, okay. Question number 20. Select the correct statement that select the answer that correctly states the relationship between organizational structure and span of control. Right? Another name for organizational structure. Right? Yeah, okay. Organizational structure. Now remember, you have 2 types of structures. You have a tall structure and you have a flat structure. Tall, imagine me, guys. Kettui usai. Flat, imagine a short, fat person. Right? Tall kiyanne me wage structure එකක් ළමයි. Right? මේ පැත්තේ තියෙනවා ළමයි එහෙම. Right? කෙට්ටුයි usai. Flat kiyanne මෙහෙම. Right? Remember, when you're having a tall structure, right? When you're having a tall structure, there is something called span of control. Span of control කියන්නේ ළමයි, if this is one employee or manager, under one manager, how many employees are there? Right? There is a span of control. See, under this manager, how many employees are there? Now, in a flat structure, guys, how many employees are there? How many employees are there? In a flat structure, there are so many, right? So here, the span of control is wide. In a tall structure, span of control is basically narrow. Right? Span of control is narrow. Span of control can under one manager, how many employees are there? Right? Here, poddai, so it's narrow. Here, godai, so it's wide. So remember, when you're having a tall structure, it's not narrow. It's narrow, not wide. So not one. Tall, narrow. Second one is the answer. Right? Second one is the answer. Tall, narrow. Right? Tall, narrow. Right? Flat nang wide, not narrow. So correct answer is 2. Right? Tall, narrow because under one manager you find only 2 employees. But here under one manager you find 7 employees. So it's wide. Right? Got it? Guys online, did you get it? Guys online, did you get it? Guys online, did you get it? Right. Okay. Now question number 21, guys. Question number 21. I am not going to explain this. You don't have a brain, right? Which service is not offered by online banking? What is the answer? What is the answer, guys? මේක දන්නේ නැත්නම් ගෙදර ගිහිල්ලා මූටින් බීලා මැරියන්. I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest questions you can get. You have to drink morphine and die if you don't know the answer for this. What is the answer? Right? Not offered by online banking. Opening an account you can do by online banking today. Paying bills you can do. Transferring funds you can do. Right? Checking account balances you can do. Now from the phone, can you withdraw money? කොයින්ද withdraw කරන්නේ? කොයින්ද සල්ලි එන්නේ? ෆෝන් එකෙන්. පොඩ්ඩක් මුලේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න ළමයි. චුට්ටක්. වැඩි එපා. පොඩ්ඩක් මුලේ පාවිච්චි කරා නම් උත්තරේ එනවා. Question number 21. 4. Question number 22. Right? Okay. Very important question. Listen to me. මේක මම Saturday කියලා දුන්නා. Saturday කියලා දුන්නා. Right? Mock discussion එකේ කියලා දුන්නා Saturday. Right? Now, guys. Okay? There is something called a current ratio and there is something called a quick, or we call it acid test ratio. Right? We have a quick or acid test ratio. Both of these are known as, guys, liquidity ratios. Right? Both of these are known as liquidity ratios. Liquidity ratio kiyanne lamai, right? Liquidity ratio kiyanne, right? It shows the financial stability of the business, right? Financial stability, right? Your financial stability, right? Current ratio is calculated as, guys, current assets divided by current liability, right? Quick ratio is calculated as, guys, quick assets divided by current liability. Now, what is quick assets? Quick assets kiyanne lamai current assets minus inventory minus prepayments. Right? Basically, in other terms, guys, assets which can be converted to cash easily. Right? Assets which can be converted to cash easily is known as quick assets. Right? Now, guys, can you convert inventory to cash easily? Not really. Sometimes inventory cannot be sold. So you can't convert it into cash or you can't liquidate it into cash easily. Prepayment kiyanne, next month's expense you're paying it today. Now let's say you pay the electricity department next month's bill. Now you don't have money. Can you go and ask the electricity department? ලබන මාසෙටත් ගෙවුනේ පොඩ්ඩක් දෙන්නකෝ. සල්ලි නෑ. මම ලබන මාසෙ ගෙවන්නම් ආයෙත්. Can you do it? පුකට ගහලා යවයි එළියට. Right? You can't. So quick kiyanne lamai assets which can be easily converted to cash. Now the question says, guys, company's asset test ratio is 0.5. Then, guys, current ratio is 0.7. 1.7. Now, current ratio is 1.7. Asset test ratio is 0.5. Then, when you see the difference, now current liability will not change, no? Current liability is the same. Differences between the current asset and current liability. Now, may 0.1.7 and 0.5. The reason for this to fall is because this 1.7 includes inventory plus prepayments. That means, guys, this company should be definitely holding a massive amount of inventory. Right? I have not even seen the question. I'm telling you, this company is holding a massive amount of inventory which is slow moving. ඒ කියන්නේ විකුණ ගන්න බැරි inventory තියෙනවා මේ company එකේ in their current assets. Right? So, If the company's acid test ratio is 0.5 and current ratio is 1.7, majority of the current assets contain cash in hand, prepaid expenses, debtors, inventory, bank balance. Now, you don't have a lot of prepaid expenses to guys. That's correct. But the most correct answer, guys, definitely will be inventory. Right? So 22 answer is inventory. Right? Ek clear the lamai? Is that clear? Because you have inventory massively only, guys. This is high. Inventory galewama taggala baina. You know, a company usually does not have a lot of prepaid expenses, guys. පොඩ්ඩයි තියෙන්නේ. එම ගොඩක් දැන් ඔයා ලබන අවුරුද්දේ එන shopping bill එක දැන් ගෙවලා තියෙනවද ළමයි? මෝඩ නෑනේ ළමයි. ලබන මාසේ electricity bill එක did you pay it at home today? Next month's bill? No, no. Next month you pay it next month. Right? So that is how it's done. මේ excess cash is not good for the business, right? Because excess cash, just keeping excess cash, you're not doing anything with the cash, right? You're not doing anything with the cash, right? It's just laying. That's a cost, opportunity cost. Somebody asked, if there is no answer as inventory, can we go with prepayments? Definitely yes. But most correct is inventory, not prepayments, but you don't hold a massive amount of prepayments. It's inventory, right? Question number 23. Right? Question number 23. Okay, we'll give it a minute. Right, we'll give it a minute. 1 minute, guys. Guys, 1 minute. Right. Now, guys, question number 23. Right? Right. 30 to 50 I can go soon. Part 2 will take time again. දැන් පැය දෙකක් ගිහිල්ලා තාම ප්‍රශ්න 23යි ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? Is it a good revision for y'all, guys? Huh? Is it a good revision, guys, online? Is this a good revision for y'all? Right? Guys, until when do you all have school? Until when is school operating? Is it the 7th? Huh? Government taking care of the school is going till the 7th. Is it right? ඒක මෝඩ කමක් ළමයි, but okay. Right? So I'm thinking of my seminar series, which is going to happen from, I think it will happen on I have not confirmed it, probably next week end. One Saturday and one Friday and a Saturday, right? So I'm thinking of having it only physical, Balamu, right? And Guys, that will properly cover grade 12. Yes, final seminar, right? Final seminar, grade 12 and grade 13 properly. All the key areas via questions, right? Questions, I will give you the past paper analysis, kudak documents adano. Why no online? Why not come physical? And I've made sure I checked all the dates and I've kept it in a date. It doesn't clash with the lecturers, right? I've set a date because you all go to a variety of lecturers, no? Right? So it doesn't clash with the lecturers. I have put a date like that. I'll put a date like that, guys. I will inform you all within the next 1 to 2 days, right? Then කොළඹ ඉන්න උන් ටික පොඩ්ඩක් වරෙන් අන්තිම සැරේට also, right? පොඩ්ඩක් එන්න බලන්න, like maybe one last time at least I can see you all, because physical it will be really better, right? Online, I know, guys, you all, not all, right? Online, not all, right? Because කොළඹ උන්ට මං online දෙන්නේ නැහැ, right? Because online, the problem is, guys, if I'm sending the tute also, there will be what? A logistics issue, guys. මේ courier එක late වුණා නම් කෙලවෙනවා මට, right? After the seminar finishes, if the tute goes, finish, right? Because I don't trust my courier. Theory class නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. Theory class නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. So I will see, but I have to send the couriers early, like really early, if I am going through the seminar, right? So we'll see. PDF. බලමු. Because I have designed a nice tute cover, right? ඒ ඔක්කොම ලස්සනට කරලා තියෙන ළමයි seminar එකට, right? So ලස්සන tute cover PDF එක දෙනක මට පොඩ්ඩක් අවුල් වගේ ළමයි. අත්ත tute එක තියාගන්න ඕනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ. That's the thing, right? No, I mean, I don't mind sending the PDF, right? But අර tute එක අර ලස්සන cover එකක් දාලා, right? අර ඒ ඔක්කොම අර ලස්සනට posh විදිහට හදලා තියෙන ළමයි එක. ඒකයි. Right? Then what a tute cover, you can't print it, no, guys. Only I can print the cover, right? Ekai prashne. We are far. We'll see what I can do, right? I mean, is the video quality good here, guys? Is the online students, is the video quality good? Right. How much for the seminar? I will charge you all a very low price, guys. I don't want to charge a very high price, very low price. Only for the cost I will charge you all. I won't make any profits, right? I will go in cost, right? Like the institution's fee and all of these, right? Right? Because අර බොරුවට මේ මට ලොකු ගාණක් charge කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ ළමයි, right? ඒක මම කරන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට, but there is a cost, tute cost එක මාර ගණන් එතන, right? Tute cost එක 1000 පයින්නවා, right? ඒක tute එක විතර 1000 පයින්නවා, right? So that's there, right? And other factors and all are there, right? So I will have to pay the staff and all here, that things are there, right? Question number 23, very important question. Listen to me very carefully. The following table shows some of the consumer related terms and descriptions pertaining to them. Satisfaction, loyalty, value, offering, care. Right? The total evaluation of the product, right? What is it, guys? What is it? Evaluation. Now, guys, let's take this marker. The price will be 100 rupees. But trust me, this is the best marker I have ever seen, guys. Ara podi marker solrada meka mara hondai. Maybe because it's thick. Put a drive in all ACing, but it's thick, right? Now, consumers evaluate a product. When you evaluate a product, guys, you're giving the value. Evaluations will be different, right? It's going to be different, right? You will see this is worth about $1,000, even though the price is 100. Price is what you pay, value is what you get, right? So evaluation kya my value veka. So 3 is going to be A, right? Goods and services. What is it, guys? මේක දන්නේ නැත්නම් goods and services කියන්නේ offering එකනේ. That is what is offered. Goods and services is what is offered, lamai. So that is going to be B, right? Fulfilling emotional needs. Emotional needs. What is it, guys? Emotional needs. Kya? No, you all care about people, no, guys. You all care about people. Caring eka. Meeting or surpassing expectations. Your expectations are met or surpassed. You're satisfied, right? Satisfaction. Satisfaction, right? willingness to repurchase. ආයෙත් යන්න ආසයි. ආයෙත් යන්න ආසයි. අර ඔය තියෙනවනේ ළමයි අර දැන් අර බූටක් කෑවට පස්සේ අර X ගෙන් යන්න බැරි කට්ටිය can't move on. ඒ වගේ සෙට් එකක් උත් ඉන්නවනේ. දැන් මේ ළඟදිත් බූට් කාපුන් ඉන්නවා මෙතන මෙසේජ් දාලා. Sir I recently broke up sir. හොඳ වැඩේ තොපිට. හොඳ වැඩේ. right? පාඩම් කරන්නේ නැතු ලව් කරන්නේ හොඳ වැඩේ තොපිට. බූට් කාපු එකට. right? යා මාව දාලා ගියා sir. ඒත් මම යාට තාම ආදරේ. right? හදවතින් ආදරේ. right? යාවොත් මම ඒ ලෙවල් හොඳට කරනවා. හොඳට කරා අවුරුදු දෙකක්. තව කරන්න ආසයි. right? යා හින්දා හොඳට කරා. right? right? උඹලා ලව් කරාට කමන්නේ නැහැ guys. right? කරන වැඩේ හරියට කරපම් පාඩම් කරපම්. because උඹලා පාඩම් කරේ නැත්නම් ලව් එකක් නැහැ පාඩමක් නැහැ ඊට පස්සේ. right? ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. very easy. So D E A B C. What is the answer? Fifth one. 24. right? jealous. මට jealous නෑ ළමයි. මම ආතල් එකේ ඉන්න එකා මම. right? මට මොන jealous? උඹලා බූට් කාඩ් එකේ මට jealousද? what? අනේ මම බූටක් කෑවේ නෑනේ අනේ I'm very jealous අනේ. කවුද කො jealous වෙන්නේ බූට් කන්න පිස්සද? right? Question number 24. The following are some of the characteristics of advertising and publicity. From the above, what is the option which contains characteristics of advertising? Remember guys, when you take advertising, අර මතකද ළමයි ඉස්සර පොඩි කාලේ සින්දුවක් ගියා. right? අර මේක අර Vogue Jewelers සින්දුව. right? අර මංගලමුතු මාලවලලු රන් නඹරන ලබා ගන්න කියලා අර ඉන්දියන් සිංගර් කෙනෙක් ගෙනල්ලා කරේ. Can you remember? I can't remember that Indian singer's name. right? අර you go and listen to that song guys, Vogue Jewelers song, මංගලමුතු මාලවලලු. listen to it and see විලු ළමයි. මංගලමුතු මාලවලලු රන් නඹරන ලබා ගන්න විශ්වාසය කල්පවති right? වගකීමත් මොකද්ද බැඳී සිටි Vogue Jewelers කියලා අර ඉන්දියන් බග ටෝල්. I can't remember his name guys. සෝනු නිගම්. ඌ ඇවිල්ලා සිංහල සින්දුවක් කියන්න තිබ්බ අපිෝ. ඒක පට්ට ෆේමස් ගියා කියන්නේ ළමයි. ඒ කාලේ back in the day, I think it was 10 years ago, රැට නිදාගත්තෙත් Vogue Jewelers කියලා. You listen to that song once, it will stay in your head. Trust me, it will stay in your head. Right? No, that was one of the crazy advertisements undertaken in Sri Lanka. Can you remember that Airtel song? Na 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 na. අර මතකද සින්දුව ළමයි? ඒකත් advertisement. No, one ad for everyone. Right? Remember, advertisement is usually, guys, a common ad. It's common to all. Right? It's common to all and it is something paid. Right? It's paid. Right? There is usually a high cost. Right? High cost. Right? Then, guys, it's not personal. It's not personalized, guys. Common to all කියන්නේ not personalized. It's a general thing. It's a general thing. Right? Guys, so what is the option that contains only characteristics of advertisement gatot lamai? Number 1, no, personalized ගන්න එපා. right? ඒක ගන්න එපා. මේකේ ඒක ගන්න එපා මෙතනට. right? personalized කියන දේ ගන්න එපා. right? The answer scheme says not personal. I don't understand why. But usually, answer scheme is saying not personal. But usually, 1 minute, guys. The correct answer will be, guys, B, C, E. Right? Correct answer. Yeah, B, C, E. Practically Haryana. Right? Answer scheme में कियाने lamai metana fourth one. But yeah, CDF. Right? Remember, usually an advertisement is not personal. ඒ කියන්නේ it's general, guys. හැමෝටම දාන්න advertisement එකක්. For everyone. Right? It's for everyone. So B can be one option. there's a very high cost, right? Usually advertisements have an high cost and there's a mass audience. You advertise to a mass audience. So BCE tamai hari answer ka, but your answer scheme says, guys, answer scheme says, right, CDF, right? CDF, right? So C high cost at tina, right? Specific sponsor. There'll be a person sponsoring it, no? Ekat hari, right? Controllable. I don't believe advertisement is controllable. You can control it, but not 100%, right? Samarlata where that advertisement is going to reach, you can't control it, right? Then balanna then we are not people who will buy jewelry back 10 years ago, no. Now me personally was not a person, mama school යන කාලේ ගිහලා jewelry ගන්නවද? Right? ගන්නෑනේ. But our Vogue Jewelers ad එක, guys, it impacted us also. Right? Vogue Jewelers ad එක, it impacted us also. You can't 100% control it. You can't 100% control it. A really won't come, guys. It's not a one-way communication, no, guys. Then balanna, advertisement tag gattama, they will communicate to you. You're going to communicate back by buying the product, right? You are going to communicate back by buying the product, right? So it's not a one-way thing. So you can take this මේකත් ගන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි if I don't believe, right? මේක පොඩ්ඩක් hold that question, guys. Real learning එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. Right? Question number 25. Right. Right. Select the correct statement relating to gearing. Now gearing ගත්තොත් ළමයි, gearing is known as the risk of the company. Right? Risk. Right? How do you calculate gearing is debt over equity. Right? Debt over equity. Or, guys, debt over equity plus debt. Now, if a business is having more loans, it is not good. Right? It is not good. Right? It is not really good. Right? Because you're running businesses in loans kiyanne prashnayak. Now there's this company called Hela Apparel, guys. Gearing is massive. Right? They are being delisted from the Colombo Stock Exchange, removed from the Colombo Stock Exchange now. Gearing is high. The share price fell to zero. Share price fell to zero. Right? Delisted. Galana Colombo Stock Exchange. Palanke. Right? So gearing shows lamai the risk of the company. Right? Ability to detect solvency. Solvency කියන්නේ ළමයි, you can take it as, guys, solvency කියලා කිව්වොත් ළමයි, it's another term. It's another term you can take for risk. Right? Solvency කියන්නේ another term for risk. Right? It helps you to detect your company's ability to survive. Right? Solvency කියන්නේ helps you to detect the company's ability to survive. So one is the answer. Right? Operational efficiency, not really. Operations ගැන කතා කරන්නේ නැනේ. If you want to talk about operations, you have to use the profitability ratios and all of these, right? Short-term expenses, you can take current and quick ratios. Financial risk, right? Financial risk ගන්නවනම් ළමයි interest cover ratios, right? You can take debtor turnover, inventory turnover, ඒ වගේ. Earnings per share, not really. But solvency කියන දේ ළමයි, you can basically identify using the gearing ratio. It shows, guys, the gearing ratio will tell you the risk, or it tell you the ability of a company to survive. Solvency, right? So one is the answer, right? So how can advertisement be high costing? It can be high costing. It's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. Yeah, you can go with the elimination option also. Yeah, there's a non-personal. Exactly. Teacher's guide says non-personal. So that is an answer. Right? So solvency කියන්නේ the ability to survive. Right, guys? Is it okay until 25? Skim through until 25 and let me know, guys. Take a minute and skim through. Take a minute and skim through. Guys, දන්නේ නැත්නම් මේ note එකත් ලියා ගන්න ළමයි gearing එක ගාව solvency කියන්නේ the ability of a company to survive by fulfilling its financial obligation. Right? Now, for an example, guys, if you have more loans than the money you have in the business, if you have to immediately pay your loans, you will be in a problem. Right? Always they tell you guys in your life, if you're taking a loan, also take a loan which is payable. Unpayable loans gannepa. You will not have a solvency. You will not be able to survive. Right? So, guys, up to 25, is it okay? Up to 25, is it okay? Up to 25, is it okay? Is it okay? Right. Yeah. No. You're adding, no? When you add, when you're adding, it doesn't get cancelled off. Right? No. Let's say debt is 100, equity is 50. It's 100 over 150. It's don't think a lot. වැඩි හිතන්න එපා ඉගෙන. Right? Right. Guys, any questions? Any questions? Right. Any questions? Sir, when you give a break, when I feel like giving a break. Question number 24. Why option 2 can't come? BDF. It's not really controllable. Right? Can come, guys. Don't think a lot about that question number 24. එක ගැන වැඩි හිතන්න එපා guys. ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් අල්ලන්න. මම පොඩ්ඩක් මොංගල් ප්‍රශ්නයක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකේ. Right? Now question number 26. It's from unit number 11. මම පොඩ්ඩක් මේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. From the following intermediaries, the party that involves in the process of transaction with the ownership of the product. With the ownership of the product. That means they have the ownership of the product. Now, first of all, a commission agent. Right? A commission agent. Now, commission agent කියන්නේ ළමයි මේ වගේ dial එකක්. Right? Producer ඉන්නවනේ ළමයි. Right? This commission agent will basically find a customer and give it to the producer and get something called a commission. Get a commission. Right? He will find a customer and give it to the producer and get the commission from the sales, a percentage of the sales. He doesn't own the good here. Right? There is no owning of the good in here. Right? He is just bringing the customer to the producer and getting a commission. Right? Then, guys, broker. Like marriage brokers. Right? මූ මොකක්ද කරන්නේ? Broker කියන හාදයා will basically connect producer and he will connect the consumer and get commission from both parties. Right? Commission from both parties. Now you see marriage brokers, guys, they get the commission from the bride side also, the groom side also. ලක්ෂ 6ක් විතර හම්බ කරනවා තුන දෙපැත්තටම brokers ලවියා. හොඳටම හම්බ කරන්න පුළුවන්. You get one couple together, your month is sorted. Month is sorted. Right? So basically, guys, remember commission agent only gets the commission from the producer. Broker gets the commission from both the parties. Still, he doesn't own the good. He's connecting two parties only. Right? Then, guys, a factor agent. Factor කියන්නේ ළමයි professional rowdy. Right? Professional rowdy. What he will do is, guys, let's say a company has a receivable, then he needs to receive money. Right? Receivable. The factor agent, guys, right, will buy the invoice, right, from the company, the receivable invoice. Now, let's say they have to receive money in 3 months, right? but the factor is buying the invoice today, right, at a lower price, right, at a lower price. They are buying the invoice today at a lower price. Let's say receivable is 100, they are buying it for 90, right? And after 3 months, right, they will collect 100 and make the 10 profit, right? They buy. Now let's say one of you have to give me money. I am selling that right to a factor agent. I'm selling that invoice to the factor agent. Okay, now he's your receivable, right? Let's say you have to give me 1 million rupees. I'm selling it for 900,000. I get the money immediately, right? The factor agent after 3 months will go to that customer and take the money 1 million. He will make that 100,000 profit. Still, he doesn't own the good. Yeah, he still doesn't own the good, right? Then, guys, auctioneer, he's just carrying out an auction now, guys. He will make sure the product is sold at a highest price. You have to pay him an auction fee only. Doesn't own the good. But wholesaler, guys, he will buy the good from the producer only and sell it to the retailers, no? Wholesaler always buys the good from the producers or agents only and sell it to the retailers. They own the good. Remember, wholesalers own the good. Right? So, guys, is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Commission agent and broker. Commission agent will only earn a commission from the producer. Broker will earn a commission from both the parties. Right? Eka clear dalamai? Right? Is that clear? Guys, online channel, respond. Is it clear, all of you? Only an wholesaler will own the good because he buys it from the producer or agent or the distributor and sell it off. Right? Now, question number 27. Right? All of y'all respond, guys. Natang amarui. Respond. Natang amarui. Right? If y'all don't respond, it's very difficult. Right? Question number 27. The following table shows the selection test of employees and their purpose. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ability to measure the ability to work under stress, right? To work under stress. Where is it you are working under stress? Right? Where are you working under stress? You check that in personality test, guys. Do you have the personality to work under stress? Right? To measure a person's ability to face challenges, right? Are you able to face challenges, right? It's more of an IQ test, right? Strength and endurance, definitely physical ability, right? Then, guys, to perform a specific task in your school, practical tibba nilamai, practical tamai eka. Specific task, practical. To verify information, background. CBAED, CBEAD. Right? Second one is the answer. Right? Guys, CBEAD. Second one is the answer. Right? No, they are not known as wholesalers, Zuleha. They buy from producers and resell it to the retailers. Right? They're buy from producers and resell it to the retailers. Right? Okay. Question number 28. Last 3 questions, guys. We'll go for a break after that. Okay. Employee development program should focus on, right? Development. Now, first of all, remember the difference between training versus development. Now, training, guys, will improve skills, knowledge, attitude for what job? What job? For your current job, right? Skills, training, development for your current job is known as training. But let's say development is improving your skills, knowledge, attitude and all for your future job, right? Future job. Training is a very short-term thing for your current job, very low cost also. But development is a long-term high cost because you're basically developing that person, right, for future positions or jobs, right? So providing right knowledge and skills to perform a job. Is it development? Not to perform a job right now. That is training, right? Right skills and knowledge to perform a job. That is training, right? Then guys, reducing the skill gap of the present job. It's not about the present job. Development doesn't talk about the present job. Development talks about the future job. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. Right? Promoting a learning culture in the organization that is not relevant to development, not relevant to training. Right? Facilitating use of current technology in the organization. Current technology කියන්නේ current job. Right? Nurturing to take on responsibilities in the future. That means you're developing them to take on responsibilities on the future. Future QAMA development, training QAMA present. Right? So correct answer is the fifth one. Right? Eka mataka tiyagan lamai, development is future job, training is current job. Right? Is that clear, guys? Guys online, is that clear? Right? Is that clear? Right. See now, 29th question. Now, a Sri Lankan can obtain one's overall credit report. Now we can obtain a credit report lamai. Then make a QM lamai. Balana koi the credit කියලා තියෙන්නේ fourth one. If you want to get your credit score, there is something called credit score. Are you financially stable? Right? Based on your banks only they give it to you. You go to something called a Central Information Bureau of Sri Lanka, Credit Information Bureau of Sri Lanka. එතන තමයි ගන්න ළමයි. දැන් මෙතන explain කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ ළමයි. මේක මතක තියාගන්න. Right? Question number 30. Right? Question number 30. හොඳටම අහගන්න ළමයි මේක. The following table shows some information systems and applications relating to them. Right? Transactional process system, office automation system, knowledge work system, management information system, executive support system. Right? Executive support system. Now, හොඳටම අහගන්න ළමයි මේක. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Right? Right. Remember transactional process system, guys. This will always record day-to-day transactions. It comes in a form of data, right? TPS is going to record, right? Very important, right? TPS is going to record, right? Day-to-day transactions, right? Day-to-day transactions, right? It comes in a form of data, right? Then MIS, Management Information System, is going to basically convert this data from TPS into basically information. Convert the data from TPS to information. Harida? Then guys, knowledge work system, they are going to basically generate and share knowledge, right? Generate and share knowledge, right? Executive support system, guys, it's used by the top management, and this will basically, guys, give an overall summary of the business. It gives an overall summary of the business. An office automation system, these are to automate things, right? Automate or make things easier, right? Now, guys, business modeling, right? Business modeling kiyanne lamai, right? Business modeling kiyanne lamai, you are making, right, a model, a business model. It's like a plan, right? Something similar to a plan. A business model is something very similar to a plan. And මේ වගේ plans හදන්න ළමයි හොඳටම අහගන්න. These plans are made in a knowledge work system, right? These plans are made in a knowledge work system. That means you are generating a new knowledge, right? Through, let's say, today you use artificial intelligence and all to generate that knowledge, right? Customer relationship management, CRM, right? CRM enne ළමයි, remember, CRM is an example of management information system. Right? CRM only takes customer data and convert them into information. Customer relationship management. Customer data are from the TPS, they convert it into information using the CRM. It's a part of management information system, right? Then guys, managing inventory. Remember, managing inventory is all about TPS, guys, right? Your day-to-day inventory, you're recording the TPS, guys. It's data, right? Then guys, right, business forecasting. Remember, forecasting, right? These are guys coming under executive support system. Forecasting කියන දේ ගොඩක්ම කරන්නේ top level එක. Top level එක කරද්දී they use the executive information system, or they can use guys business intelligence system to forecast. Also they can use business intelligence system, BIS, right? Then email communication is always something known as guys office automation system, right? So CEABD, CEABD. Third one, second one, right? So that is, remember these examples, guys. මේ examples ටික මතක තියාගන්න. Explain කරන්න ගොඩක් දෙයක් නැහැ. Remember the examples. Example was not there in your syllabus, guys. But ළඟදී නම් තමයි මේ examples අහන්න පටන් අරන් තියෙන්නේ. Right? පොඩ්ඩක් දැනගන්න ළමයි මේ examples ටික. හරිද? So with that, guys, 30 MCQs are complete. It took, okay, shit. It's 1 o'clock. Right? It took almost 3 hours. Right? 2.5 hours to complete it. 30. But I am assuming I have given you all enough of learnings, right? Did I give you all enough of learnings? Guys online, was there enough of learnings through these questions? Guys, any doubts you all have? Any doubts? Guys, any doubts you all have in the questions? Right? Any doubts? Okay. I will give you a break right now. Okay? We will go for a break and come. Right? Then after that, right? After the break, right? After the break, we will basically start 30 to 50. 30 to 50, I will skim through fast. 30 to 50, I will skim through fast and I'll focus on the paper 2 questions. I don't know what time we will finish, guys. So the time is 12:50 now, right? Have your lunch and all of these 52. Be back by 1:25. 1:25 be back. Now, yeah, if you want to really learn, only come, okay? නැත්තම් බොරුවට ඇවිල්ලා, if you are sleepy and all of this, go and leave the session, right? ඒක බොරු වැඩක්, right? If you really want the learning, only come here and time. I will keep the meeting running. You all can be in the meeting, right? Okay? So online, can you all hear me and see me? Can you all hear me and see me, guys online? Right, perfect. Right, sorry for the double the break. Right, I went for lunch out and I forgot it was school traffic. I got caught for school traffic. Right, so then it was, really packed full there. So that's why, guys, we got a little late. Right, so now, guys, I'll skim through question number 31 to 50. I will skim through it fast. Right, then we will go into the essay questions. Right, now I will send you the answer scheme also, guys. I'll send you the answer scheme also. Right, okay, where the answer scheme? MOOC. I'll send it in the main group only, guys. Right, I've sent you all the answer scheme. Right, so I will discuss the key important questions. Others I will skim through fast because we don't have enough of time. Right, question number 31. Right, question number 31. Right, so when it comes to question number 31, guys, right, sustain 31A. Question number 31A. Sustainable development of a country integrates dash social and dash aspects. Right? Now, when you take sustainable development, guys, right, make a rescue එකෙත් කියලා දුන්නා. Right? Rescue එකෙත් කියලා දුන්නා ළමයි. Right? right? Remember, sustainable development has three aspects. What are the three aspects of sustainable development, guys? You have economy, social, and environmental, right? So there are three aspects of sustainable development, guys: economical, social, and environmental. So guys, in here, guys, sustainable development of a country integrates, the answer is going to be environmental and economical, right? Environmental and economical, because they have given social. Patta easy eka, right? B, an institution obeying to the rules and regulation of the country refers to a dash responsibility, whereas taking actions towards the best interest of the community by an institution refers to a dash responsibility, right? When you're obeying rules and regulations, guys, it is your legal responsibility, right? It is your legal responsibility to obey to the rules and regulations, while best interest of the community, acting in the best interest, that is your social responsibility, right? So legal and social, right? Eka mataka tiyaganna, right? See, it's very simple, guys. Poddak, if you had used your brain, you would have understood this, right? It's legal and social. Question number 32. A, the statutory dash requirement is the proportion of deposits that central, right? Deposit liability that commercial bank should maintain as a dash deposit with the central bank, right? Now, when you take commercial banks, guys, when you take com banks, right? A percentage of their deposits, right? Percentage of their deposits should be kept in the CBSL, right? Percentage of the deposits should be kept in the CBSL. The percentage is what we call, guys, SRR, statutory reserve requirement. So the answer will be, guys, reserve, statutory reserve. The percentage of deposits commercial banks have to keep in CBSL, right? Then, guys, right, you have to maintain it as a cash deposit. Reserve, you have to maintain it as a cash deposit, right? Cash tamai danne. You have to go and give your cash to the central bank, right? Percentage of your deposits, right? It's again simple, right? B, the government legislation sets out dash policies while the central bank sets out dash policies. Now the Sri Lankan government, guys, the Sri Lankan government, they are the ones who set something called, guys, the fiscal policy. But the central bank is the one, CBSL is the one who sets out the monetary policy, right? So it's there, guys. Right. See 33A. Yeah? Now listen to 33A very well, guys. Right. The overarching aspiration, that means the long-term aspiration of the business, is reflected too. Remember, the long-term aspirations of a business is always reflected via a vision statement. Vision. Long-term aspiration is the visions, while the reason or the purpose of a business is always reflected via a mission statement. So vision and mission, right? The long term is always vision, and then the short term, right, or let's say the purpose, is known as the mission, right? Right. Checking the machines of a manufacturing firm before using denotes is known as what control? Right? Right before. Right? You're checking the machines before. It's a feed forward. Right? Deyak wenna kalinga check karnawa නම් feed forward. Right? And quality control in a manufacturing process. Quality control can උනාට පස්සේ feedback. Right? So it's going to be feed forward or feedback. No, take concurrent, right? So quality control can also happen, guys, when the manufacturing process is happening, right? So you can take it as concurrent, but the machines you're checking before the production starts, that is feedback. right? Okay. Then go into 35, 35A. 35A. I'll skim through this fast, guys. Make a matter you all have the answer scheme, right? ABC analysis used for dash management, whereas analysis used to determine the point at which total cost is equal to total revenue. Now tell me, for what is ABC analysis used for, guys? Huh? Inventory or stock management. Inventory management is where ABC, where you put it into three buckets. Then guys, මේක මම ගිය සතියේ press queue එකෙත් කියලා දුන්නා. Right? Then guys, where the point where total revenue is equal to total cost. What is the point? Total revenue is equal to total cost, guys. Guys online, tell me. Total revenue is equal to total cost. Break even. Right? Right. Break even. Right. Guys, skim through the answer scheme for the other questions. Right? Skim through, it's not hard. Right. I will just go through the important questions. Right. 36B. Right. An executive right granted to novel inventors. Right. You're giving the right for inventors to manufacture, use, and sell an invention is known as what? Whereas is a unique symbol or word that denotes a specific product. What is it, guys? What is it, guys? Remember, a right given for you to produce, sell, and all of these, we call it a patent. Right? Patent. Right? Patent only will give you a right to manufacture something, sell something, or do something. While, guys, a unique symbol or word that denotes a specific product. මේක දැක්කම මොකද්ද මුගලන් තේරෙන්නේ? Nike. මේක දැක්කම මොකක්ද තේරෙන්නේ? Adidas. Adidas with 3 stripes. Right? ඒ වගේ නෙමෙයි පොඩ්ඩක් අර හරි පොඩ්ඩක් ඒ වගේ. Right? ඒ වගේ තියෙනවා. Okay? So that is a brand, guys. A brand logo. You can take it as a brand. Right? So a brand is what denotes, right? Right? A brand is what denotes, right? Your specific product or something. Right? Right. 37A. See this, 37A. The route map of a business is represented through a dash plan, and its essence is provided through a dash summary. So the route map of the business is always given through a business plan. The essence or summary is given through an executive summary, right? Right. Guys, just skim through all these 10 questions. Let me know anything you want me to explain, guys. Skim through the 10 questions and let me know anything you want to explain. I have sent the answer scheme in the group also. Skim through and let me know. It's very easy, right? It's actually easy, guys. When you go through the answer schemes, there is nothing to explain here. See, even 41 to 50, 4 characteristics of social entrepreneur, right? Methods business can enter international market, right? Factors considered in preparing business plans. Repeated again. See that factors considered in preparing business plan, question number 43, it was repeated close to around 5 to 6 times in this last 10 years to 11 years, right? Benefits of economic order quantity, repeated, right? Benefits investor can gain in investing in ordinary shares, repeated, right? So many questions are repeated, guys, right? Tell me, guys, any question you want me to explain, guys. I will explain. Guys online, tell me. Right, you all tell me. You all go through and let me know. Because I need to go into paper 2. Trademark with gun, but more than trademark, you can take trademark, you can take brand, take it as a brand. I'm very weak in fill in the blanks. And does fill in the blanks repeat in most of the years? It doesn't repeat the exact same way. Poddak, parangya quote lamai. They will ask you in indirect way, right? So best way to learn the fill in the blanks is, guys, through, going through the answer scheme and the questions. 36B. Right. So now 36B guys, right? If you have a specific right, if you have a specific right to produce a particular product, we call it a patent. Now, you know, for so many years, Samsung had the patent for foldable phones. Right now, Huawei came up. Now, Apple is coming up. That was a new innovation, a patent. While a unique symbol or word that denotes a specific product, a symbol or a word which denotes a specific product, guys, is known as a brand logo, a brand name, right? You can, but brand logo, brand name, both comes under brand, no? So take the term brand, right? So Aisha, is it okay? 36B. Guys, when you're sending, send it to everyone. Send it to everyone. Right. 40B. Right. Arranging workstations according to a sequence of production. Ayyo, guys. Sequence of production. In an order. Right. ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේක කරා මේකට පස්සේ production එකේ දෙවෙනි පැත්තට ගියා තුන්වෙනි එකට ගියා හතරවෙනි එකට ගියා. In a sequence, in an order, we call it product layout. Right. It's a product layout. Right. Where workstations not arranged according to a sequence is called not sequence, guys, is process. Right? Product එක තමයි order එකකට තියෙන්නේ. It can go only forth. It can go only forward. Right? First of all, you cut, you stitch. ලේ වගේ තියෙන්නේ මතකයිද ළමයි? Only forward it goes. But process layout, it can go back and forth. Right? Back and forth. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. Yeah, come one by one. Right? 38A. Right. The probability of shareholders, 38A, the probability of shareholders losing money is known as, it's a risk, no? It's a risk. It's a risk, Lamai. Losing money is a risk, no? It's a bad thing. Whereas the profit allocated by the company for his share investment is called, what is the term they have given? Right? Dividend. Right? We call it the profit share is the dividend. But simple, guys. Right? Very simple. Guys, send it to everyone, guys. Send it to everyone. When you're sending a message, send it to everyone. Shaza, 36A. Yeah, industrial market you can write. But write industrial. Don't write capital, write industrial. Right. Then coming into 41. 41 someone wanted, right? 41. Right. 41. 4 characteristics of social entrepreneur. Now, when you take a social entrepreneur, guys, right? Basically, a social entrepreneur is someone, guys, who will innovate a product to make the society a better place. Number one character is innovative. He's a risk taker. Innovative, risk taker, right? Then you can write, guys, he has a social awareness, right? He's visionary, creative. You can write the same characteristics of an entrepreneur. You see, adaptability, resilience, environmentally friendly, visionary, empathy, social awareness, innovations. Right? Then, guys, what else? What else? Guys, send a message to everyone, guys. Everyone. Kina singala therin nadda bang bulata. Ubanna marui. Right? 46. Right. Now, ISO standards, guys, eka kira denna bahe. Right? There's nothing to teach there. You have to go through the answer scheme. Quality kiyanne lamai, quality is basically ISO 9001. Right? Environment kiyanne 14001. Food safety 22,000. Occupational health and safety 45,000. It's there in the answer scheme, guys. There's nothing to teach there. Right? You have to remember this from unit number 3. Yeah. You can write it. Fatima, you can write it. 45, benefits of economic order quantity. Now, when you take economic order quantity, guys, economic order quantity is the right number of quantities you can order where your total cost will be low. That is where your holding cost and your ordering cost will be at your lowest. So benefits of economic order quantity, which is question number 45, right? 45, no? Right? Your answer scheme says, guys, optimum inventory level. You will be able to hold out the right inventory level. Reduces your ordering cost. Ordering cost will come down. Holding cost will come down. Reduces your wastage. Reduces your stock out. Right? I have explained this enough of times in the past paper class. Repeated question. Right? Make him bagam repeated. Right? More than half is repeated. Right? More than half is repeated. Right? Okay. So I'm not going to focus a lot, guys. You all go through the answer scheme, right? Go through the answer scheme, right? I'm not going to focus a lot, right? So ඔක්කොම ළමයි මේ ඔක්කොම කතා කරපු දේවල් එකක්වත් අලුත් නැහැ. There's not even one single thing which is new, right? Which is new, right? In here. One more thing, guys. Remember 40A. 40A වලට යන්නකෝ ළමයි. 40A. 40A के first part එක. Volume, velocity, variety are key attributes. There is something called volume, velocity, variety, big data. We call it big data, right? Now that is the data which is large. Here only you have volume, velocity, variety, right? ඒක මතක තියන්න. That's the only new thing. Other than that, everything else. GPS එක තියෙනවා, we spoke. 2015 hari 17 hari GPS ගැන ඇහුවා. Right? In a paper 2. See, paper 2, in your past papers, whatever the questions came in paper 2 is only repeated back in your MCQs. ඇයි මම කට කැඩෙනකම් කිව්වේ ඕගොල්ලොන්ට do the questions from 2015 to 2025. Same thing is repeated again and again. Right? Now, I want to focus more on question number, your paper 2, guys. Right? So I will take time. I don't know, it will take about 2 hours. Right? So we will do it, guys. We will do it one by one. Right? So I will give you, guys, I will send you all the answer scheme also, my detailed answer scheme. Right? Okay? So we will focus on paper 2. You have only 2 there, no? Right. So that is a detailed answer scheme, guys. I will send it to you all in the group right now. I will send it to you all in the group. Now we are going to go into a focused area. Right. Guys, check with the, did you all get the paper 2 answer scheme? Right. ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙනවා මෙතන explain කරන්න ළමයි. Listen to me very carefully. Right. So let me start. God.